The Voynich Manuscript is one of the most intriguing books in the world, captivating the attention of historians, cryptographers, and curious minds alike. It is an illustrated codex, meaning it is a handwritten book that contains various pictures and drawings alongside its text. What sets this manuscript apart is not merely its age or its illustrations, but the fact that it is written in an unknown script that has baffled scholars for centuries. The manuscript is named after Wilfrid Voynich, a rare book dealer who purchased it in 1912. However, its origins go back even further. The earliest known record of its existence dates to the early 15th century, around the year 1400. This means the manuscript has survived for over 600 years, passing through different hands and cultures, yet its secrets remain locked away. Many have tried to uncover its meaning, but so far, no one has succeeded in fully decoding its text. The Voynich manuscript is divided into several sections, each featuring its own distinct illustrations and themes. One of the most striking sections is the botanical portion, which includes detailed drawings of plants, many of which do not appear to match any known species. These illustrations are intricate and beautifully rendered, leading to questions about their purpose. Were they meant to document actual plants, or do they hold symbolic meanings? This ambiguity only adds to the manuscript's allure. Another fascinating part of the codex is the astronomical section, which contains diagrams resembling astrological symbols and celestial bodies. These diagrams seem to suggest a connection to astronomy and astrology, possibly serving as a guide to understanding the cosmos. Yet, without deciphering the accompanying text, the true intent and meaning of these illustrations remain a mystery. The manuscript also features a section dedicated to what appears to be recipes or herbal remedies. This portion includes lists with texts next to illustrations of various plants and herbs. This has led some researchers to speculate that the manuscript could have served as a medicinal guide, although without clear translations, this remains uncertain. What makes the Voynich manuscript especially captivating is the script in which it is written. The characters are entirely unique, resembling a combination of Latin letters and other unidentified symbols. This enigmatic writing has prompted countless decoding attempts. Cryptographers from various disciplines have engaged in efforts to crack the code, employing everything from modern computational techniques to traditional linguistic analysis. Yet, despite these efforts, the writing has not yielded clear meaning, continuing to confound even the most skilled specialists. Numerous theories abound regarding the origins and purpose of the manuscript. Some believe it to be an elaborate hoax, perhaps created to parody the texts of the time, while others suggest it may have been a secret language or cipher used by a clandestine group. These theories reflect the wide array of human intrigue surrounding the manuscript. Could it be an ancient research text or a lost work of a forgotten scholar? The possibilities are as vast as they are fascinating. The Codex's history is just as enigmatic. After being in the possession of various individuals throughout the centuries, it was ultimately acquired by the Bimini Rare Book and Manuscript Library at Yale University, which houses it today. The library has made high-quality scans of the manuscript available online, allowing people from around the world to explore its pages virtually. This digitization has sparked renewed interest and research, with enthusiasts and experts alike diving into the text in the hopes of uncovering its secrets. The Voynich manuscript has also featured in popular culture, inspiring novels, documentaries, and even artworks. Its mysterious allure has seeped into the collective imagination, representing the quest for knowledge and the allure of the unknown. In a world brimming with information, the Codex stands as a testament to the limitations of our understanding, inviting us to ponder what remains hidden, just beyond our grasp. As scholars continue to analyze and speculate about the manuscript, one thing is certain: it will remain a focal point of intrigue and mystery. Generations of researchers and enthusiasts will continue to study its pages, attempting to decode not just the text, but the history it represents. Each new discovery or theory adds another layer to its story, enriching the narrative of a book that defies explanation. In the end, the Voynich manuscript symbolizes humanity's age-old fascination with the unknown. It encourages questions about language, science, and the passage of time. What were its creators trying to convey? What insights about their world might it reveal? Perhaps the manuscript does not hold all the answers. Instead, it invites us to embrace the mysteries that persist throughout history, reminding us that some secrets may simply be meant to remain undiscovered, resting quietly within the pages of this extraordinary codex. In the late 16th century, a dramatic episode in American history unfolded, one that remained shrouded in mystery and intrigue, the disappearance of the Roanoke colony. Founded in 1585 on Roanoke Island, off the coast of present-day North Carolina, this English settlement was part of the ambitious Virginia Company's efforts to establish a foothold in the New World. However, the colony's fate, marked by unanswered questions and uncertainty, continues to captivate both historians and casual enthusiasts alike. The story begins with Sir Walter Raleigh, who received a charter from Queen Elizabeth I to explore and colonize territories in America. Raleigh was vision-driven, motivated by the prospect of finding riches, new lands, and perhaps even a route to the Orient. His efforts bore fruit with the establishment of the Roanoke colony, where around 115 settlers, including men, women, and children, made their home. The first governor of the colony, John White, led the group and hoped to create a prosperous settlement. However, after just a year, supply issues forced White to return to England in search of resources. His departure in 1587 was fraught with tension, as the foundational trust in the settlers' resilience was tested. Unfortunately, the voyages back to Roanoke were delayed by the war against Spain, necessitating White to wait 3 long years for an opportunity to return. When White finally sailed back to Roanoke in 1590, he was met with an eerily vacant settlement. The houses were dismantled, but the most puzzling clue was a single word carved into a tree: Croatoan. This cryptic message referenced a nearby island inhabited by the Croatoan tribe, suggesting a possible migration of the settlers or a dire encounter that forced them to seek refuge. The absence of any bodies, ruins, or signs of struggle left historians and investigators baffled. The prevailing theory is that the settlers might have faced severe hardships, including conflicts with Native Americans, famine, or disease, which compelled them to move to a safer location. The absence of any additional evidence cemented the mystery further, as no definitive proof could be found of their fate or whereabouts. Some speculated that the settlers integrated with local tribes, adopting their ways and languages. Others believed they perished in the wild, victims of the harsh realities of colonial life. Iterations of this narrative lead to subsequent theories about their involvement in ongoing conflicts among Native American tribes and the Europeans themselves, who were striving for dominance in these unexplored territories. The Roanoke mystery has inspired countless stories, books, and theories, leading to pop culture references in films and television. The questions raised, what happened to the colonists, and why did they leave such an enigmatic clue, continue to fuel the imagination. Each summer, Roanoke Island draws in tourists, drawn by the allure of this ghostly tale of vanished lives, while researchers seek to uncover remnants of this lost chapter. Archaeological efforts have produced artifacts such as pottery and tools, suggesting the settlers were there longer than just a brief endeavor. Yet, these remain isolated pieces of the larger puzzle that may never be solved. Theories abound. Some researchers propose that the settlers merged with other communities, while others believe environmental changes may have played a role in their disappearance. Intriguingly, the legacy of Roanoke lives on through its influence on America's national mythology. The narrative of a lost colony has parallels with modern themes of survival, exploration, and the fragility of human settlement. This single word, Croatoan, preserved in history, acts as a profound symbol of the unknown, highlighting the breadth of history yet to be understood. Visitors to Roanoke Island can explore this rich history at various sites, including the Fort Raleigh National Historic Site. The story is part of the fabric of American heritage, offering a glimpse into the motives, struggles, and dreams of early settlers. While answers remain elusive, the mystery encouraged generations to ponder the possibilities, to challenge what we think we know about human resilience and the ever-changing landscape of our world. The Roanoke colony serves as a reminder of the complexities inherent in the pursuit of new beginnings and the unpredictable nature of exploration. What were the dreams and challenges faced by those early colonists, and how did their lives intersect with the local tribes and their environment? As the mystery of Roanoke endures, it encourages an ongoing journey of inquiry and exploration into the unknown, evoking a sense of wonder that resonates through time and history. In the heart of Egypt, beneath the shimmering sands, lies a tale that has captured the imaginations of historians and adventurers alike, the lost Labyrinth. Ancient texts, particularly those of Greek historian Herodotus, have described this legendary maze as an intricate and colossal structure, so grand that it rivals the wonders of the pyramids themselves. The labyrinth is said to be located near the ancient city of Hawara, a region that is rich in history and mystery. Herodotus, who traveled through Egypt around 450 BC, recounted intriguing details about the labyrinth. He claimed that it contained 3,000 rooms, half of which were above ground and half were hidden below. These rooms were intricately connected by a complex network of passageways, designed in such a way that could confuse even the most astute navigators. The design was not just a feat of engineering, it was a testament to the ingenuity of the ancient Egyptians, showcasing their skills in architecture and the understanding of spatial dynamics. The purpose of the labyrinth remains a source of speculation. Some historians suggest it may have been built as a tomb or a temple dedicated to the crocodile god Sobek. Others believe it could have served as a refuge or storage for the immense wealth of the pharaohs. Artifacts have suggested that the labyrinth might have been a site for religious rituals, perhaps connected to the afterlife beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. The lack of definitive evidence only adds to the allure of this enigmatic structure, keeping it alive in the realm of legends. Interestingly, accounts from ancient travelers describe how the walls of the labyrinth were adorned with stunning carvings and hieroglyphs. These intricate designs told stories of pharaohs, gods, and the daily lives of the people. Imagine walking through a colossal hall, where the sun streams in through openings above, casting shadows that dance upon the ancient stone. The air is thick with the scent of age, history whispering from every corner. These vivid descriptions intrigue historians and archaeologists, fueling dreams of discovery. Despite the compelling accounts from ancient historians, the labyrinth has remained undiscovered to this day. Many expeditions have sought to uncover its secrets, but the shifting sands of Egypt have been unkind, burying clues beneath layers of time. The area surrounding Hawara has undergone significant changes due to natural erosion and human activity, making it difficult to pinpoint the exact location of this legendary maze. Modern technology has allowed researchers to employ ground-penetrating radar and satellite imaging in their quest to find the labyrinth. These techniques have revealed potential anomalies in the landscape that could signify hidden structures underneath. Although promising, these findings are far from definitive, and the true nature of the labyrinth continues to elude us. The story of the lost labyrinth invites us to consider the challenges faced by ancient civilizations. The engineering genius of Egyptian architects is showcased in their ability to create structures that have lasted millennia. Yet, the forces of nature and time can obscure even the greatest achievements. This interplay of history and mystery keeps the legend alive, giving rise to a sense of adventure and curiosity. Imagine wandering through the sun-scorched sands of the Egyptian desert, where the horizon shimmers with heat. As you walk, the stories of those who came before us echo in the wind, tales of grandeur and ambition. The labyrinth represents the human desire to create and to understand, a symbol of our quest for knowledge and our need to explore the unknown. Each year, travelers from around the world make pilgrimages to Egypt, not just to witness the grandeur of the pyramids, but to feel the ancient pulse of a civilization that has long since passed. The allure of the lost labyrinth adds an element of intrigue to their journeys. The possibility of discovering something extraordinary keeps adventurers dreaming of uncovering its hidden chambers filled with riches, ancient texts, and secrets of long-lost cultures. As we reflect on this mysterious structure, we can't help but acknowledge the fascination it holds for both historians and dreamers. The promise of exploration, the excitement of the unknown, and the desire to connect with the past all converge in the narrative of the lost labyrinth. The very idea that something as extraordinary as this maze could be hidden beneath our feet encourages us to continue searching, to keep asking questions, and to never lose our sense of wonder. So as we ponder the legend of the lost labyrinth, let us embrace the mysteries of history, recognizing that while we may not have all the answers, the pursuit of knowledge and discovery is a journey worth taking. The sands of Egypt might hold many secrets, but for this tale, the essence of the labyrinth lies not just in its physical manifestation, but in the stories, dreams, and hopes it inspires in our hearts and minds. The labyrinthine paths of history invite us to explore further, unveiling layers of our shared human experience, each twist and turn bringing us closer to understanding where we came from and the wonders that lie just beneath the surface. The Taconic Sphinx is a fascinating geological formation nestled in the serene landscapes of New York's Taconic Mountains. This anomaly, resembling the iconic Sphinx of Giza, has drawn the attention of historians and archaeologists alike, sparking debates about its origins and purpose. For many, it is not merely a natural rock formation. It is a captivating puzzle inviting exploration and inquiry. Discovered in the late 19th century, the Taconic Sphinx stands as a striking monument amid the rolling hills and dense forests of the region. With its characteristic lion-like features and exposed rock face, it resembles the famous sphinxes of ancient Egypt. However, while the Egyptian Sphinx serves as a renowned symbol of a bygone civilization and its connection to the afterlife, the Taconic Sphinx's purpose remains cloaked in mystery. Historians and geologists have speculated about how this unusual structure came to be. Some believe it to be entirely a natural formation, sculpted over millennia by the relentless forces of wind and water. Erosion may have carved the soft rock, creating the likeness that now stares out over the valley below. Others suggest that the Sphinx could have been artificially shaped, a product of human hands long before the colonial era. Artifacts found in nearby areas contribute to this theory, hinting at the possibility of advanced civilizations once inhabiting the region. One theory suggests that ancient Native American tribes may have created the Sphinx as a marker or a site of spiritual significance. The alignment of the Sphinx with celestial events, such as solstices or equinoxes, has led some to think that it might have served as an astronomical observatory or a ceremonial site. Imagining the rituals that might have taken place there, people gathering around the great stone figure, adding to its lore and mystique, creates a vivid picture of the past. In contrast, the geological perspective emphasizes the ancient story told through time. Those who delve into the mineral composition of the Taconic Sphinx find a rich tapestry of layered rock formations, each telling a tale of natural history. The dark schists and granites, juxtaposed with lighter sands, appear like pages in a storybook of the Earth's evolution, evoking a sense of awe for the forces that shaped not only this unique monument but also the planet itself. As we ponder the origins of the Taconic Sphinx, we can think about the artistry of nature in the way it frames the world around us. Every mountain, each valley, and every rock has a story etched into its surface, much like the great art of human civilization. The enigmatic face of the Sphinx draws parallels to those milestones created by people throughout history, whose legacies still whisper to us in the forms of ancient caves, temples, and monuments spread across the globe. Recent studies have sparked renewed interest in this formation as modern technology sheds light on its structure. Researchers employ drone photography and three-dimensional mapping to gain a clearer picture of its dimensions and alignments. This blend of old-world mystery with cutting-edge technology offers exciting possibilities for uncovering stories and connections that might have been previously overlooked. Such modern explorations encourage individuals to engage with their local history, reflecting on the spaces they inhabit. As stories circulate about the Taconic Sphinx, they invite visitors to journey into the heart of the Taconic Mountains, whether for adventure, reflection, or simply to witness this remarkable testament to the past. People often find inspiration in the natural world, and standing before a monument like the Sphinx can evoke emotions ranging from awe to introspection. As guests wander the trails that lead to this stone giant, they embark on a personal narrative, creating new layers of significance that mirror those crafted over centuries. Walking through the forest, under the sprawling canopy of trees, one can feel the connection between the natural environment and the stories that have unfolded within it. The air is filled with the sounds of chirping birds, rustling leaves, and flowing streams, enhancing the sense of being part of something larger than oneself. The Taconic Sphinx, with its weathered face gazing toward the horizon, stands as a reminder of the passage of time and the mysteries that continue to shape our understanding of the world. Could the location of the Sphinx itself be of importance too? Situated among the towering peaks of the Taconic Range, the environment presents not only a stunning view, but a potentially strategic vantage point. Viewing the valleys and other formations can lead one to meditate on the relationships between natural and human-made landscapes throughout history, and the ways we choose to honor and remember them. In wrapping our minds around the Taconic Sphinx, we celebrate the mystery it embodies, while appreciating the deep connections between geology, history, and culture. This remarkable formation reminds us of our innate desire to understand our surroundings, and to uncover the layers of life that history has left behind. The allure of the Sphinx continues to enchant those who seek to uncover its secrets, making it a significant landmark within New York's tapestry of natural wonders and ancient stories. As discussions about the Taconic Sphinx continue, each layer of interpretation adds depth to its narrative. No matter the origins, the Sphinx will undoubtedly inspire future generations to explore and ponder, driven by curiosity about what lies beneath the surface of both rock and time. This blend of wonder and inquiry surrounds the Taconic Sphinx, making it a unique point of interest in the story of America's landscape and its hidden past. The Ark of the Covenant is a legendary artifact with deep roots in biblical history, often depicted as a golden chest that holds immense significance. According to biblical texts, it was built at the command of God and played a critical role in the spiritual life of the Israelites. The Ark is said to have held the stone tablets inscribed with the Ten Commandments, a sample of manna, and Aaron's rod, all of which carry powerful symbolic meanings. Imagine this magnificent chest. Constructed from acacia wood and covered in gold, its design was described in meticulous detail in the book of Exodus. The Ark measured about 4 feet long, 2.5 feet wide, and 2.5 feet high. It featured 2 golden cherubim on its lid, with wings stretched out, symbolizing the divine presence of God. This enchanting design not only highlights the artistry of the ancient Israelites, but also reflects their deep reverence for the sacred. The Ark was believed to be a manifestation of God's presence among his people, and it served as a focal point during worship. When the Israelites wandered through the desert, it led them, symbolizing guidance and protection. When they crossed the Jordan River and entered the Promised Land, the Ark was carried into the waters, and the river miraculously parted, demonstrating its connection to divine power. Throughout history, the Ark has been associated with numerous miraculous events. For example, during the Battle of Jericho, the Israelites marched around the city walls with the Ark. After 7 days, the walls famously fell, leading to their victory. This story underscores the belief that the Ark was not merely a relic, but a potent symbol of faith and divine intervention. The Ark of the Covenant was housed in a sacred place known as the Tabernacle, a portable sanctuary that moved with the Israelites. When Solomon built the temple in Jerusalem, the Ark found a permanent home there, becoming the heart of Jewish worship. This moment marked a pivotal chapter in the history of the Ark, solidifying its status as a revered and cherished object. Despite its prominence in ancient history, the fate of the Ark has stirred debate and speculation for centuries. It vanished from historical records around the time of the Babylonian conquest of Jerusalem in 586 BCE. Numerous theories and legends have emerged about its disappearance. Some believe it was hidden away to protect it from being captured by enemies, while others speculate that it was taken to distant lands. This disappearance has sparked a deep interest in archaeology, leading adventurers and scholars alike on quests to uncover its whereabouts. Some have even suggested that it may rest in Ethiopia, housed in a church in Aksum, where it is said to be carefully guarded. Others propose that the Ark was concealed in secret tunnels beneath the old city of Jerusalem, or that it simply disintegrated with time, leaving behind only whispers of its grandeur. Findings in ancient texts and archaeological digs continue to fuel curiosity about this enigmatic artifact. Excavations at ancient sites such as Shiloh, where the Ark was once kept, have uncovered artifacts that provide insights into Israelite culture. Still, the Ark itself remains elusive, captivating imaginations across generations. The allure of the Ark extends beyond academia. It has found its way into popular culture through films, literature, and art. Most notably, its portrayal in the film Raiders of the Lost Ark introduced the notion of a daring archaeologist on a quest for this powerful relic. This kind of narrative speaks to a broader human fascination with lost treasures, and the idea that certain objects can hold incredible power and significance. As people ponder the mysteries of the Ark, they engage with larger themes of faith, history, and the enduring quest for understanding. The lure of uncovering the Ark invites discussions about legacy and what it means to hold something sacred. Perhaps its true value lies not merely in its physical form, but in the stories and beliefs connected to it, which have shaped cultures and beliefs for millennia. The Ark of the Covenant continues to be a subject of study and intrigue, leaving its mark not only on religious currents but also on the fields of history and archaeology. As people search for answers, they may find that the journey towards understanding the Ark is just as compelling as the artifact itself. The blend of history, legend, and human curiosity surrounding the Ark creates a rich tapestry that invites exploration and reflection. The enduring mystery of the Ark invites a wonder that transcends generations, keeping it alive in the minds of adventurers, scholars, and storytellers alike. Its legacy serves as a reminder of humanity's quest for connection to the divine, and the quest for hidden truths that resonate through time. The story of the Ark of the Covenant endures, continually inviting questions, exploring the boundaries of faith and history, and inspiring dreams of discovery that remain to be fulfilled. In a world filled with uncertainties, the quest for the Ark exemplifies that some treasures are meant to inspire and captivate, rather than to be found. The Phaistos Disk is an intriguing artifact that has captivated historians and archaeologists since its discovery in 1908 on the island of Crete. This circular clay disk dates back to the middle of the 2nd millennium BCE, placing it squarely in the Bronze Age, a time when many important advancements in civilization were taking place in the Mediterranean region. Measuring about 6 inches in diameter, the disk is notable for its unique, mysterious symbols, which appear to have been stamped onto its surface. There are 241 tokens in total, featuring 45 distinct characters. These symbols include images of human figures, animals, plants, and various tools, which allude to a rich narrative that remains largely untold. The way these symbols are arranged on the disk suggests they may communicate information or tell a story, yet their exact meaning has eluded decipherment for over a century. The disk was found in the ruins of the Minoan Palace at Phaistos, one of the most important archaeological sites on Crete. The Minoans are celebrated as one of the earliest advanced civilizations in Europe, known for their intricate art, impressive architecture, and complex social structures. The palace at Phaistos itself was a grand structure, filled with elaborate frescoes and multi-storied buildings, showcasing the artistry and innovation of the Minoan culture. Researchers and enthusiasts have proposed various theories regarding the purpose of the Phaistos Disk. Some suggest it might have been a form of early writing or a symbolic system used for religious or ceremonial purposes. Others consider it could serve as a teaching tool or perhaps even a game. Despite many attempts, however, no one has definitively cracked the code that lies within its symbols. Several hypotheses have emerged about the origins of the symbols. Some speculate they may have a connection to the hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt, while others point to similarities with other scripts used in the region. The diverse interpretations only add to the intrigue surrounding the disk. The mystery of what the symbols mean invites the imagination to wander. Could they be recounting a mythology, a historical event, or perhaps even a message meant for future generations? The Phaistos Disk is not alone in the world of undeciphered writings. There are other artifacts and scripts, such as the Indus Valley script and the Voynich Manuscript, which also baffle scholars with their enigmatic characters. Each of these mysteries challenges our understanding of past civilizations and invites intellectual curiosity. The fascination with the Phaistos Disk lies not only in its content, but in the potential stories that could unfold if its meaning were uncovered. In addition to its cultural significance, the disk has also sparked the imaginations of artists, writers, and filmmakers. Its evocative forms have inspired numerous creative works, embodying the mystery of lost knowledge and the search for understanding across time. The Phaistos Disk is more than just an artifact. It is a symbol of humanity's enduring quest for knowledge and the timeless stories we aspire to tell. What makes the Phaistos Disk particularly interesting is the craftsmanship that went into its creation. The clay itself represents an ancient art form, and the technique used to create the disk, stamping symbols into the soft material, is a reflection of the ingenuity of Minoan artisans. The disk's survival through centuries of history speaks volumes about the care and value placed on such objects in antiquity. Despite the challenges posed by its unreadable language, modern technology has aided researchers in their quest to better understand the disk's origins. Techniques like 3D scanning and digital imaging provide fresh insights into the artifact's manufacturing process and the context in which it may have been used. Such advancements open up new avenues for exploration, sparking excitement within the archaeological community. As we continue to study the Phaistos Disk, it serves as a reminder of the mysteries that remain in our past. While some aspects of ancient civilizations are well documented, others, like the language of the Phaistos Disk, remain tantalizingly out of reach, waiting for the right minds to unlock their secrets. Each discovery, each new theory, breathes life into the story of the Minoans and their legacy, encouraging us to delve deeper into human history. The Phaistos Disk challenges us to consider what it means to communicate, to preserve knowledge, and to connect with one another across generations. As we ponder its symbols, we embark on a journey back in time, where the voices of the past echo through the remnants of their creations. The journey into understanding the Phaistos Disk is as rich as the artifact itself, tugging at our collective curiosity and reminding us that history is a tapestry woven from countless threads, each one telling its own tale. In the annals of maritime history, few mysteries are as captivating as the tale of the SS Waratah, a passenger liner that vanished without a trace in 1909. Launched by the British and traversing the oceans to connect Europe and Australia, this ship was considered a marvel of its time, showcasing innovations that promised safety and speed. However, in the winter of 1909, the journey of the Waratah ended abruptly, leaving nothing but intrigue and speculation in its wake. The Waratah had a storied beginning. Equipped with a powerful engine and accommodating amenities, it was designed for long voyages. As it departed from Australia on July 27, 1909, to return to England, there was a sense of anticipation. Passengers aboard included families, professionals, and adventure seekers, all ready to traverse the beautiful expanse of the Indian Ocean. On board, the atmosphere was filled with excitement, laughter, and stories shared over lavish meals. Little did anyone know, these moments would soon become precious memories, tied to a mystery that would stun the world. The ship was reported to have encountered rough seas during its journey, prompting unease among those monitoring its progress. On July 30th, the Waratah made its final communication with shore authorities, signaling that the voyage was becoming increasingly troublesome. It was last seen off the coast of South Africa, an area notorious for unpredictable weather and treacherous waters. As the days passed without further contact, concern began to mount. When the Waratah failed to arrive at its scheduled destination, search efforts quickly mobilized. Naval ships and local vessels scoured the waters, driven by a mix of hope and dread. This search would become one of the largest maritime operations of the time. Yet, despite extensive efforts, no trace of the ship or its passengers was ever found. The absence of any wreckage only intensified the mystery surrounding its disappearance. Theories began to emerge, weaving a web of speculation that spanned from the plausible to the fantastical. Some suggested that the Waratah had succumbed to the harsh conditions of the sea. The notion of a ship capsizing due to high waves or an unexpected storm seemed viable. Others delved into more sinister possibilities, contemplating mechanical failure, piracy, or even a catastrophic explosion. Each theory added layers to the enigma, captivating the imagination of the public and historians alike. Among the prevailing theories, the idea of a sudden storm stood out. The waters where the Waratah vanished were notorious for their turbulent weather. Many ships had perished in the region, swallowed by the ocean's fury. This potential explanation gave rise to chilling tales of how nature can be both beautiful and deadly, reminding us of the forces beyond human control. Another intriguing theory hinged on the idea of human error. Navigational mistakes are a common concern in maritime travel, especially during an era when technology was not as advanced as today. The idea that the Waratah may have strayed from its course, leading to disaster in uncharted waters, resonated with those aware of the perils of sea navigation. In the years following its disappearance, the Waratah continued to capture public interest. Books, documentaries, and articles have explored its legacy, examining every detail of the ship's journey and its mysterious end. Some researchers sought out stories from survivors of other ships who had traversed the same waters, hoping to glean insights that could explain the Waratah's fate. These narratives, filled with rich detail and emotion, added depth to the lore surrounding the ship. Additionally, the Waratah became a symbol of the era's maritime advancements and vulnerabilities. It embodied the spirit of exploration and adventure, while also reflecting the risks faced by those who dared to conquer the sea. Its disappearance served as a reminder that while ships may be engineered for safety, the unpredictability of nature often prevails. The legacy of the SS Waratah endures, demonstrating how a single event can morph into a captivating story that transcends time. Each decade sees renewed interest in its fate, with amateur sleuths and professional researchers alike attempting to unravel the mystery. From deep-sea exploration seeking the wreck to discussions that continue to challenge our understanding of maritime disasters, the Waratah remains a significant chapter in the broader narrative of seafaring. This mystery adds to the collective memory of seafarers and serves to honor the spirits of those on board. The question of what happened to the Waratah is more than just a pursuit of answers. It is a tribute to the lives intertwined with the ship and the waves that hold their secrets. Thus, the disappearance of the SS Waratah is not just a historical event, but a story that evokes emotion, curiosity, and a reverence for the complexities of the human experience at sea. As sunsets paint the horizon and the ocean tides ebb and flow, whispers of the Waratah echo along the coast, a haunting reminder of the mysteries the deep blue holds within its depths. In a quiet corner of Oglethorpe University in Atlanta, Georgia, lies an extraordinary time capsule known as the Crypt of Civilization. This fascinating artifact offers us a glimpse into a world from over 8,000 years ago, putting into perspective our place in time. Sealed in 1940 by a visionary named Thornwell Jacobs, the crypt is intended to be opened in the year 8113 AD. With a fascinating story filled with ambition and insight, the journey of the Crypt of Civilization is truly remarkable. The idea behind the creation of this time capsule is simple yet profound: to preserve evidence of human culture, accomplishments, and daily life for future generations. Jacobs, who was then the university's president, believed that by encapsulating the essence of his time, he was also providing the future with a lens through which they could view the 20th century. Imagine how different the world will be when the crypt is finally unveiled, and yet it will serve as a witness to thoughts, ideas, and experiences of a bygone era. The crypt was filled with a diverse collection of artifacts and materials that depict life in the United States during the 1940s. This is not simply a box of random items. It is an intentional assemblage of our culture, showcasing the advancements, achievements, and even the mundane aspects of daily life at that time. The artifacts were meticulously chosen to represent various facets of society, from literature and history to art and science. Among the treasures hidden within this time capsule are copies of classic literature, enlightening encyclopedias, and significant historical documents. Imagine the pages of books like Moby Dick or The Great Gatsby, neatly tucked away, waiting patiently to be rediscovered. These texts paint vivid portraits of a society grappling with war, progress, and transformation, encapsulating the hopes and struggles of the people during that era. In addition to literary works, the crypt contains elements of artistic expression. Paintings, sculptures, and photographs from the 20th century were selected to represent the styles, movements, and societal changes shaped by various artists. These creative works embody the spirit of the time, inviting us to immerse ourselves in the aesthetics that defined an entire generation. Will future viewers appreciate the same artistic techniques we do today, or will they interpret these creations within an entirely different context? The crypt also holds blueprints and plans for technological inventions. One can only speculate how advancements from the late 20th and early 21st centuries will fare against the innovations of 8113. Will these creations inspire future inventors? Or perhaps they will be mere relics of a distant past, showcasing how far humanity has come in its journey of discovery and innovation. This blend of art and science illustrates not just the advancements themselves, but also the human curiosity that drives creativity and innovation. Cultural elements are prevalent as well. There is a mix of music, film, and theater that contributed to the societal tapestry of the 1940s. Imagine classic records, motion pictures, or even scripts and programs from plays stored within the crypt. They may be the keys to understanding our entertainment history, but they also tell stories about our values, identity, and ever-changing social landscape. The thought of future generations listening to the rhythms of jazz or watching the films that thrilled us sends chills down the spine. One of the most intriguing aspects of the crypt is how it captures not only the height of civilization, but also echoes of everyday life. There are everyday items included, such as tools, utensils, and clothing that provide context about daily existence. These artifacts represent the mundane, yet beautiful reality of human experience, reminding us that history is not just about monumental events. Future generations will have the opportunity to witness the objects that filled the homes of people in our time, allowing them to build connections and understand how people lived. Sealed within a vault constructed with care and foresight, the Crypt of Civilization is designed to withstand the test of time. Jacobs was determined to create not just a repository of artifacts, but a resilient time machine that would defy the challenges of time and nature. He envisioned a robust structure capable of protecting the objects from environmental degradation, a promise that they would remain intact for centuries. The anticipation surrounding the eventual unsealing of the crypt is palpable. Questions persist. What marvels await discovery? How will future civilizations perceive our values, our struggles, our joys? The crypt represents a dialogue between past, present, and future, a bridge connecting diverse timelines in the vast expanse of human existence. At its heart lies the fundamental belief that we must celebrate our shared history, no matter how distant it may seem. As we await the year 8113, a time of unprecedented change, the Crypt of Civilization stands as a testament to our quest for understanding and connection, a window into the past that invites contemplation and curiosity. It invites us, the custodians of our own time, to reflect on our legacy, our achievements, and our culture. Each item within the crypt tells a story, and through these stories we find pieces of ourselves. The crypt is more than a collection of artifacts. It is a reminder that we are all part of a larger human narrative that continues to unfold across time. Embracing this connection can inspire us to leave behind a legacy worthy of exploration for those who come after us. In the blue depths of the Aegean Sea, a discovery was made in 1901 that would reshape our understanding of ancient technology. Archaeologists exploring a shipwreck off the coast of Antikythera, a small Greek island, stumbled upon a collection of artifacts, including a peculiar bronze device that would become known as the Antikythera Mechanism. Often heralded as the world's first analog computer, its complexity and craftsmanship astonished experts, leaving many eager to uncover its purpose and significance. The Antikythera Mechanism dates back to around 150 to 100 BCE, a time when Greek civilization was flourishing in art, philosophy, and science. This remarkable piece of machinery is thought to have been used to predict astronomical positions and eclipses, making it a precursor to modern astronomical clocks. It is composed of at least 30 gears, all meticulously crafted with teeth that fit together with incredible precision. The skill displayed in its making reflects a deep understanding of mechanical engineering that was far ahead of its time. To put this into perspective, imagine the intricate systems in a modern clock, where gears interlock to keep time precisely. The Antikythera Mechanism operates on a similar premise, but its functions extend beyond merely tracking the hours in a day. When a user turns a hand crank on the device, the gears turn, and different dials and indicators present various calculations related to the cosmos. One particularly fascinating dial tracks the cycles of the moon, showcasing the lunar phases and predicting eclipses in a manner that is mathematically impressive. The sophistication of the Antikythera Mechanism goes beyond its gears and wheels. It is believed to have been encased in a wooden frame and adorned with inscribed instructions for use, offering insight into its operation. These inscriptions include an extraordinary wealth of knowledge about the movements of celestial bodies. For instance, it is thought that the system could predict not only solar eclipses, but also the timing of various astronomical events tied to the Olympic Games, further illustrating the blend of science, sport, and culture in ancient Greece. As scholars began to study this device, they uncovered its multifaceted nature. Some have suggested that it served an educational purpose, informing users about the heavens and imparting knowledge on navigation among the stars. Others argue that it had a more religious or ritualistic function, as the cycles of celestial bodies were often linked with mythology and divine activity in Greek culture. The remnants of the Antikythera Mechanism were initially difficult to understand, due to the corrosion it suffered underwater for centuries. However, advances in imaging technology and computer simulations in recent times have allowed researchers to gain new insights. This has led to the revelation of more gears and functions than were initially recognized, deepening the intrigue surrounding its capabilities. Further discoveries regarding the device have connected it to the greater body of ancient Greek technological advances. It exemplifies not just the ingenuity of its maker, but also highlights how technology was interwoven with the cultural and intellectual fabric of ancient times. This device challenges the perception that advanced mechanical and astronomical understanding was a product of the later medieval period, or the Renaissance. Instead, the Antikythera Mechanism demonstrates a lineage of knowledge that stretches back to antiquity. What is especially fascinating is how the device has prompted debates about the development of technology in ancient societies. The existence of such an instrument in a time when most people relied on the sun and stars for navigation suggests that there may have been a greater understanding of mechanics in celestial bodies than has been preserved in historical records. It raises questions about who used the device and how widely understood concepts of astronomy and mechanics were in ancient cultures. While the precise purpose of the Antikythera Mechanism may never be fully determined, its discovery has sparked a wave of admiration and curiosity, It serves as a powerful reminder of human creativity and the quest for knowledge. As modern researchers continue to decode its mysteries, they delve deeper into the minds of those ancient creators. Their work not only uncovers the genius of the past, but also inspires innovation and exploration in our own time. In the grand scheme of history, the Antikythera Mechanism stands as a tangible connection between ancient civilization and the contemporary world. It bridges galaxies of knowledge that were once thought to be separate, illuminating the extraordinary capabilities of human invention. Each gear, each inscription tells a story of intellectual pursuit, a story resilient enough to last through the ages, washing ashore in fragments to be pieced together once more. This ancient artifact not only encapsulates the spirit of inquiry, but also reflects the timeless yearning to explore the universe, reminding us that the journey of discovery is as significant as the destination itself. Nestled off the coastline of Nova Scotia, Oak Island has been the center of mystery and intrigue for over 2 centuries. This small, unassuming island is most famous for the elusive Money Pit, a site that has captured the imaginations of treasure hunters and historians alike. The story behind it is filled with tales of adventure, fortune, and the unknown. The legend of the Money Pit began in the late 18th century, when a young boy named Daniel McGinnis stumbled upon a mysterious depression in the ground while exploring the island. Intrigued by the possibility of buried treasure, he and a couple of friends began digging. What they discovered was no ordinary hole. As they dug deeper, they unearthed wooden platforms approximately every 10 feet, hinting at a deliberate effort to conceal something valuable beneath the earth. Word of this strange discovery spread quickly, attracting the attention of treasure hunters from all over. Over the years, many expeditions have attempted to uncover the secrets hidden within the Money Pit. Each group has brought their own theories, tools, and determination to the site, only to be met with enigmatic challenges. Flooding, collapses, and unexplained occurrences have stymied efforts again and again. Some believe these obstacles are the work of a protective force, keeping the treasure safe from unworthy hands. What might that treasure be? Speculations vary widely. Some suggest that it could be the lost jewels of Marie Antoinette, hidden away during the tumult of the French Revolution. Others believe it might be the riches of the infamous pirate Captain Kidd. The idea that Sir Francis Drake, an English sea captain and privateer, buried his treasure there has also taken hold in popular folklore. Each theory adds another layer of allure to the already captivating tale. The Money Pit's construction adds another level of intrigue. It is said to be over 200 feet deep, intricately designed with complex engineering unknown for its time. The discovery of items such as metal debris, stone carvings, and even human bones has led to wild speculation about its origins. Many researchers believe that the site shows evidence of ancient, sophisticated construction methods far beyond what local knowledge would have allowed. Throughout the years, numerous organizations have dedicated significant resources to uncovering the secrets of the Money Pit. The most notable among them is the Oak Island Tourism Society, founded to explore the mysteries of the island while promoting tourism. They've played a crucial role in deepening the public's fascination with the site, hosting tours and events to share the island's rich history. One of the most intriguing aspects of Oak Island is the story of the Oak Island Volunteers, a group of passionate treasure hunters dedicated to solving the mystery. Their determination has inspired many amateur treasure seekers to join in the quest. Driven by the hope of making a groundbreaking discovery, each member brings expertise, creativity, and a unique flair to the investigations, enhancing the overall narrative surrounding the island. The means of exploration at the Money Pit have evolved dramatically over the years. In the early days, hand tools were the primary method for digging. As interest and funding grew, sophisticated machinery and technology were introduced. Modern investigative techniques, including radar and sonar scanning, have provided new insights and additional puzzles to solve. Surveying the island has led to the discovery of other intriguing sites, contributing more to this enduring enigma. Despite the countless excavations, only a few tangible treasures have been recovered from the island. These include coins, jewelry, and various historical artifacts, none of which have definitively revealed the larger treasure that many believe still lies buried beneath layers of earth and mystery. Each find stirs excitement and speculation, while simultaneously raising further questions about who buried the treasure and why it remains hidden. The enduring appeal of Oak Island lies not just in the promise of riches, but in the communal, pioneering spirit it embodies. Generations of treasure hunters, historians, and curious adventurers have been captivated by the site, strengthening the bonds formed through shared hopes and dreams of discovery. The tales of triumphs and heartaches become testimonies to human endeavor and the pursuit of the unknown. As the search continues, Oak Island remains a beacon for those fascinated by history, treasure, and the captivating power of a good mystery. The island invites dreamers and believers to explore its shores, where the legends of the past intermingle with the hopes for tomorrow. It serves as a reminder that not all quests end in material wealth, but each journey holds stories waiting to be unraveled. The saga of the Money Pit stands as a testament to curiosity and the relentless human spirit. No matter the outcome, the adventure itself is a treasure unlike any other. In the heart of the English countryside, there lies a remarkable monument, known as Shugborough Hall. This historic estate, located in Staffordshire, is home to a curious feature that has intrigued historians, cryptographers, and amateur enthusiasts alike for centuries. It is known as the Shugborough Inscription, an enigmatic 8-letter phrase that has puzzled countless minds since it was first noticed in the 18th century. The inscription appears on an ornate monument called the Shepherd's Monument, which was erected in the late 18th century as a tribute to the life of the 18th century antiquarian and landowner, Thomas Anson. This stone structure depicts a shepherd gazing thoughtfully at a simple inscription etched into a plate. The phrase consists of the letters OUOSVAVV, and while it may seem like a mere collection of letters, it holds great significance for those who attempt to decode its meaning. What makes the Shugborough inscription particularly captivating is not just its cryptic nature, but the myriad of theories that have emerged surrounding it. Some scholars suggest it might be a Latin phrase, given the historical context of the period in which it was created. Others posit that it could be a reference to classical literature or a hidden message from the Freemasons, a secretive organization known for its symbols and coded language during that era. Each theory adds a layer of intrigue to the inscription, fueling speculation and fascination. One of the more popular theories is that the letters could represent a phrase in Latin. For example, some believe they might stand for OUOSVAVV, translating to Ordo a flat chow, which means order out of chaos. However, despite various attempts, no one has been able to conclusively validate this theory or any others. The lack of definitive answers only adds to the allure of the monument. Additionally, the surrounding artifacts and sculptures at Shugborough contribute to the mystery of the inscription. The garden is filled with classical references and allegorical figures, providing context, but also raising more questions. The careful placement of these items suggests that perhaps the inscription is linked to broader themes of wisdom, philosophy, or morality, as represented through art and literature of the time. Amateur cryptographers have taken up the challenge of solving the riddle. Over the years, many have tried different decoding techniques, such as substitution ciphers and anagrams, but the inscription remains unbroken. Each new hypothesis brings a fresh wave of enthusiasm, as people from various backgrounds bring their unique skills and perspectives to the puzzle. Interestingly, the Shugborough inscription has also caught the attention of popular culture. It has been referenced in books, documentaries, and even conspiracy theories that suggest a connection to famous historical figures or events. Some enthusiasts connect the riddle to the Knights Templar and the quest for the Holy Grail, further intertwining the inscription with legends that have captivated people for generations. In recent years, advancements in technology have provided new tools for decoding ancient inscriptions. Experts have employed digital imaging and high-resolution photography to analyze stone etchings more intricately than before. However, despite these modern innovations, the inscription still stands as a testament to the limits of our understanding of historical contexts and human creativity. The enduring mystery of the Shugborough inscription speaks to a larger truth about the appeal of the unknown. It encourages individuals to delve into history, philosophy, and art in search of meaning. Rather than simply being a string of letters, the inscription prompts ongoing discussions, inspiring curiosity and prompting us to explore the intersection of history and mythology. As time progresses, the Shugborough inscription continues to inspire a sense of wonder and intrigue. It stands as a reminder of the mysteries that history holds and the endless pursuit of knowledge. Each individual who gazes upon the monument is left to ponder the meaning behind those 8 letters, considering their own interpretations and theories as they engage with a piece of history that remains tantalizingly out of reach. In the end, whether the inscription will ever be deciphered is uncertain. What remains clear is that the Shugborough Inscription has woven itself into the rich tapestry of human history, inviting people to dream, speculate, and connect with the past in their own unique ways. It serves as an everlasting symbol of humanity's quest for understanding, curiosity, and the stories waiting to be told, hidden within the stone walls of time. In the quiet village of Woolpit, located in Suffolk, England, a tale emerged from the shadows of history, one that captured the imagination of many. This story, known as the Legend of the Green Children of Woolpit, dates back to the 12th century and continues to fascinate those who hear it. The story begins with two mysterious children who appeared in the village amidst the backdrop of farming and daily rural life. One day, as villagers were tending to their fields, they stumbled upon two children wandering near one of the village's wolf pits, a common structure used during that time for trapping wolves. These children were not like the others. They had an unusual green hue to their skin, which left the villagers both bewildered and curious. Their clothes were strange, and unlike anything anyone had seen before, made from an unfamiliar material that seemed to be woven from a fabric not known to the local population. Taken in by the villagers, the green children did not speak the local language, which added to the mystery surrounding them. Attempts to communicate were met with confusion, as they spoke a language that was incomprehensible to those around them. Nevertheless, the villagers showed kindness and provided food for the little ones. To the astonishment of all, the children hesitated at first, unsure of the offerings. However, it soon became clear that they had never encountered normal food before, as they resisted eating until they were presented with raw broad beans. This preference for raw beans only deepened the intrigue surrounding their origins. As time passed, the village learned more about the green children. The girl, who was slightly older, began to adjust to her surroundings more quickly than her brother. She learned to communicate in English and shared snippets of their extraordinary story. The children claimed to hail from a land called St. Martin's Land, a realm that existed underground, where everything was green and vibrant. The idea of an underground world was remarkable, and the villagers listened with wide eyes while trying to imagine such a place. In St. Martin's Land, the children described a perpetual twilight with no sun, yet their world was illuminated by a soft, greenish light that seemed to emanate from the very ground. They explained that everything around them appeared to be covered in a luminous hue, including the fruits and plants, all of which flourished in this remarkable underground environment. Although the specifics were cloudy and dreamlike, the idea of a lush, green world beneath the surface resonated with the villagers who lived above. As curiosity about their story grew, the villagers sought to learn even more. The boy, however, struggled to adjust. He remained troubled and eventually grew ill. Unfortunately, he passed away shortly after arriving in the village, leaving behind the girl. Despite the tragedy, the remaining child continued to thrive. With her emerging language skills, she began her integration into the village, adapting to new foods and ways of life. Over time, the girl dropped the peculiar green hue of her skin, turning a more familiar shade, which further indicated her adaptation to the new environment. As she learned more about the world outside her underground realm, she was enthralled by the customs, celebrations, and nature surrounding Woolpit. She helped the villagers with their daily tasks and shared her knowledge, which was both fascinating and bewildering. Though the tale of the green children quickly spread across the region, it generated a multitude of theories explaining their appearance. Some suggested that they were lost children from a nearby village or even from a far-off land, while others leapt toward the fantastical, proposing they were supernatural beings or childlike creatures from a parallel dimension. These speculations fueled not only local folklore but also broader discussions across medieval England about the existence of hidden realms, otherworldly beings, and the mysteries lurking within the earth. As the years went by, the girl eventually settled in the village and married a local man, embracing her new life and weaving herself into the fabric of Woolpit. Although the villagers continued to reference the green children's story across generations, the fairy tale ambiance began to blend with the everyday reality of life in Suffolk. The green children became a legendary part of local culture, and their tale captured the essence of human curiosity and the desire to understand the unknown. Today, the legend lives on in Woolpit, celebrated not only as a fascinating folklore, but also as a symbol of the intriguing and often mysterious connection between humanity and the natural world. Locals and visitors alike still recount the story, pondering the possibilities that exist beneath our feet and in the world around us. Just as the green children emerged from a different world to tell their tale, This story serves as a reminder to embrace childhood wonder and explore the hidden narrative that forms the tapestry of our history, enriching our perspective of the world beyond the familiar. The Bimini Road is a fascinating underwater formation located near Bimini, one of the islands in the Bahamas. This site has intrigued explorers, historians, and curious minds for decades, primarily because of its unique arrangement of stones that seem eerily structured. Some believe these limestone blocks form a road or pathway, leading to a variety of theories about their origin and purpose. Discovered in 1968 by a team of divers, the Bimini Road consists of a series of rectangular stones resembling a paved avenue stretching over half a mile. The stones are submerged in shallow waters, making them accessible to divers and snorkelers, which has further fueled the interest surrounding them. Their remarkable symmetry and formation have led to speculation that they might be the remnants of an ancient civilization. One of the most prominent theories ties the Bimini Road to the legendary Atlantis, a mythical island described by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. According to his writings, Atlantis was a highly advanced civilization that eventually sank into the ocean. The precise location of Atlantis has puzzled historians and enthusiasts for centuries, leading many to speculate that the Bimini Road could be part of this lost world. Some argue that if Atlantis did exist, evidence of its structures might be hidden beneath the waves. Proponents of the Atlantis theory point out that the stones appear to fit together in a way that suggests human craftsmanship rather than natural formation. They argue that the arrangement and uniformity of the blocks imply they were placed deliberately, raising questions about the tools and techniques that would have been used. This speculation ignites the imagination, leading us to wonder about the people who might have inhabited such an advanced society and the technological prowess they could have possessed. However, not all scientists agree with the idea that the Bimini Road is a remnant of Atlantis. Many experts argue that geological processes, such as the natural formation of limestone, could explain the arrangement of the stones. They suggest that these formations could result from erosion and sedimentation over thousands of years, which highlights the incredible power of nature. Such geological formations are not uncommon in the Caribbean, where underwater landscapes can often create striking shapes and patterns. The discussion surrounding the Bimini Road touches not only on archaeology and ancient civilizations, but also on the fascination humans have for mysteries and myths. It represents the blend of history and legend, making it a captivating topic for those interested in what lies beneath the surface of our oceans. The intersection of history, science, and imagination fosters an environment where stories like that of Atlantis can thrive. Diving into the waters surrounding Bimini, visitors can witness the beauty of the underwater environment, where marine life flourishes around the stone formations. Schools of colorful fish dart in and out of the crevices, while vibrant coral blooms nearby, creating a diverse ecosystem that thrives in this underwater landscape. The Bimini Road has become a popular dive site, not only for its geological curiosity, but also for the marine biodiversity that attracts enthusiasts from all over the world. Explorers of the Bimini Road frequently share their experiences, recounting the thrill of seeking out the mysterious formations and the allure of the legends associated with them. The atmosphere surrounding the site is rich with storytelling, as divers ponder the secrets the stones may hold and speculate about the lives of those who might have walked upon them if they were indeed part of an ancient civilization. Local legends also contribute to the mythos of the Bimini Road. Residents of Bimini share tales of the lost city and the wonders it might contain. These stories often add a layer of intrigue, making the area not just a site of scientific interest, but also a place of cultural significance. Such narratives enhance the visitor experience, connecting those who explore the area with a deeper understanding of the local heritage and the universal human longing for connection to our past. Despite the ongoing debates about the origins of the Bimini Road, what remains clear is the impact it has on those who encounter it. The combination of natural beauty and an air of mystery captivates visitors, inviting them to ponder the possibilities of what might lie hidden beneath the surface. Whether a product of nature or human ingenuity, the Bimini Road continues to inspire wonder and excitement, drawing curious adventurers and enthusiasts eager to unveil the secrets of the deep. As technology advances and exploration continues, more discoveries may arise that could provide insight into the past. Underwater archaeology is an expanding field, and each dive brings new opportunities to learn more about our history. Who knows what stories the Bimini Road could tell if only it could speak? There is a certain magic in the deep blue waters surrounding Bimini. The waves ebb and flow, whispering secrets of yesteryear, inviting us to explore the wonders of our world. The Bimini Road serves as a reminder of our desire to reach beyond what we know and to uncover the mysteries that lie beneath the surface, sparking our imagination and that of future generations. The Dyatlov Pass incident is one of the most chilling mysteries of the 20th century, an event that has captivated the interest of historians, mystery enthusiasts, and conspiracy theorists alike. In February of 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers set out on an ambitious trekking expedition in the Ural Mountains of Russia. Led by Igor Dyatlov, the group was made up of students and graduates of the Ural Polytechnical Institute, all well-versed in outdoor survival. But what was supposed to be an adventurous journey turned into a baffling enigma that still puzzles experts today. The hikers had planned to cover a distance of about 300 kilometers, aiming to reach their destination, Mount Otorten. They meticulously prepared for the trip, equipped with the necessary gear for winter mountaineering, including food, tents, and the knowledge to navigate treacherous terrains. As they ventured deeper into the remote mountains, communication became sparse, and their families began to worry when they failed to send a telegram back, as was customary. When search parties were eventually sent to find them, it took over a week before the hikers' abandoned tent was discovered on the slopes of a mountain, later named Dyatlov Pass. What investigators found inside was both shocking and puzzling. The tent was partially collapsed and showed signs of having been cut open from the inside. This suggested a hasty exit, as if the hikers had fled their shelter in a panic. The search teams also discovered the hikers' belongings scattered about shoes, clothing, and other personal items. What raised eyebrows was the condition in which the bodies were eventually found. After an extensive search, rescuers located the bodies at varying distances from the tent, some half naked, despite the freezing temperatures. The first 2 bodies were discovered a small distance away, while more bodies were found over a mile away, showing signs of frostbite and hypothermia. Strangely, some of the bodies exhibited terrifying injuries that were impossible to explain, such as missing eyes, missing tongues, and one individual had severe chest fractures, indicating immense force. The unusual circumstances surrounding the deaths prompted various theories, ranging from natural explanations to conspiracy theories. One popular theory suggests that the hikers may have encountered an avalanche, forcing them to cut their way out of the tent and flee for safety. However, local geography experts argued that the area where the hikers were found did not show any signs of an avalanche having occurred at that time. Some believed that the hikers experienced some form of panic, possibly due to a natural phenomenon known as infrasound, which can cause feelings of anxiety and disorientation. Others theorized that they may have come into contact with indigenous tribes in the area, leading to a fatal confrontation. The mystery deepened with the discovery of what some called evidence of secret military tests in the region at that time. Speculations arose regarding the testing of parachute mines, which could explain the injuries observed on some of the bodies. This theory suggested that the hikers were merely unfortunate victims of a situation outside of their control, caught in the crossfire of top-secret military operations. As more information came to light, the case only grew in complexity and intrigue. Some witnesses claimed they had seen glowing orbs in the sky around the time of the incident, leading to outlandish theories involving extraterrestrial life or UFOs. Others pointed to the possibility of a government cover-up, believing that there was more to the story than the public was allowed to know. In the years that followed, various investigative committees looked into the case, but returned with inconclusive findings. The Soviet authorities eventually ruled the deaths as a result of a, quote, compelling force, a vague statement that only added to the confusion. In modern times, the Dyatlov Pass incident has become a wellspring of fascination, inspiring books, documentaries, and even films. True crime enthusiasts and amateur sleuths continue to explore the countless theories that have emerged over the decades. The mystery endures, with many drawn to the idea that perhaps the real truth is buried under layers of miscommunication, environmental challenges, and the inescapable unknowns of nature. Whether it was merely a tragic accident, a governmental experiment gone wrong, or something far more sinister, one thing remains certain. The legacy of the Dyatlov Pass incident continues to intrigue and mystify, pulling people in with an irresistible blend of tragedy, adventure, and the unexplainable. As the years go by, the stories surrounding the lost hikers will continue to spark imaginations, leaving behind a haunting echo of what may have been those fateful days in the Ural Mountains. The Mary Celeste, one of the most famous ghost ships in maritime history, has fascinated adventurers and historians alike since its discovery in 1872. It is a story woven into the fabric of seafaring lore, full of mystery, intrigue, and unanswered questions that continue to captivate the imagination. The Mary Celeste was built in 1861 and was originally a commercial vessel designed for transporting goods across the Atlantic. The ship was sturdy, equipped with the latest technology of its time, and had earned a reputation for reliability. In late 1872, the ship embarked on its fateful journey, setting sail from New York City, bound for the bustling port of Genoa, Italy. The crew consisted of a total of 7 men, along with the captain, Benjamin Briggs, his wife, and their young daughter, Sophia. As the Mary Celeste ventured into the vast expanse of the Atlantic, the journey progressed smoothly. The ship was well stocked with provisions, intended to support the crew for an extended period. However, it was during this voyage that the ship would enter the pages of history not just as a vessel, but as an enigma that would continue to puzzle people for generations. On December 4, 1872, another ship, the De Grace, came across the Mary Celeste, drifting aimlessly in the Atlantic Ocean, approximately 600 miles east of the Azores. The crew of the De Grace was puzzled to find the Mary Celeste abandoned but still seaworthy. The sails were set, the lifeboat was missing, but there was no sign of any human life aboard. The ship was in fairly good condition, suggesting it had not been abandoned long. What transpired on the Mary Celeste that led to its abandonment remains a mystery. When the crew of the De Grace boarded the ship to investigate, they found personal belongings, including clothes and a piano, intact and undisturbed. The dining area was set as if a meal was about to begin, and the captain's log was still there, recording the last entries indicating that all was well up until some days prior to the discovery. The ship's cargo of alcohol was largely untouched, yet oddly the crew had vanished without leaving any trace. For years, various theories have emerged to explain the disappearance. Some suggested that the crew had succumbed to a violent storm, leading them to abandon the ship in haste. Others proposed that alcoholic fumes from the cargo could have caused a temporary panic, prompting them to leave the ship in fear of an explosion. Yet, no concrete evidence supports these theories. Another possibility revolves around piracy or mutiny. However, given that no valuables were stolen and the ship itself was intact, this theory lacks weight. Some even speculated that the crew had encountered sea monsters or supernatural forces, giving rise to ghost ship folklore. After all, the mystique of the Mary Celeste had begun to grow, prompting tales of apparitions and ghostly figures aboard a vessel eternally lost to time. Despite being abandoned, the Mary Celeste was left with every indication that something had gone terribly wrong. As years went by, the mysteries surrounding the ghost ship only multiplied. Essentially, it became emblematic of the countless stories of the unknown that the sea holds within its depths. Over the years, the Mary Celeste was salvaged and passed through different owners. The ship eventually met its demise in 1885 when it ran aground off the coast of Haiti during a storm, ultimately yielding its final resting place to the ocean. Meanwhile, the enigma of the ship's original crew has sparked countless theories, books, movies, and documentaries. Investigators and enthusiasts continue to delve deeper into uncovering the potential truth behind the fateful voyage, examining weather reports, maritime logs, and anything that might shed light on that grim day in December. The story of the Mary Celeste raises profound questions about human experience, the dangers of the sea, and the intricate web of life and death that exists in the balance. It serves as a reminder of how quickly circumstances can shift, taking people from the solid ground of reality into a realm of mystery and uncertainty. As time marches on, the Mary Celeste stands as a powerful symbol of the unknown, capturing our imagination and drawing us into its ghostly origins. The haunting legacy of the ship continues to intrigue those who dare to explore the mysteries of the deep blue sea. Whether it is the remnants of a crew lost to time or the whispers of a ship adrift without purpose, the Mary Celeste leaves behind a tale that lingers long after the ship itself has vanished from the world. Thus the legacy of the Mary Celeste lives on, inspiring future generations of sailors, historians, and curious minds who remain enchanted by the story of a vessel that still floats in the realm of legend and intrigue. It encourages an exploration of not just maritime history, but the very nature of mystery itself, inviting everyone to ponder what secrets the vast oceans might still hold. In the vast expanse of the universe, where countless stars twinkle against an endless backdrop of darkness, there exists a mysterious phenomenon that continues to captivate the imagination of scientists and enthusiasts alike. This phenomenon is known as the WOW signal, an intriguing radio signal received from deep space that has sparked discussions about extraterrestrial life and our place in the cosmos. The story of the WOW signal begins on August 15, 1977, when astronomer Jerry R. Ehman was working on a project at Ohio State University's Big Ear Radio Telescope. The telescope was designed to scan the skies for radio transmissions, particularly looking for signals that might indicate the presence of intelligent life beyond Earth. During a routine check of the collected data, Ehman noticed something unusual, a strong signal that stood out from the usual noise of the universe. It was a 72-second burst of radio waves, recorded on a computer printout, that captured his attention so completely that he circled the sequence of numbers and letters that represented the signal and wrote the word WOW next to it. The signal originated from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, specifically from a point near the star Tau Sagittarius. This region of the sky was of particular interest because it is located close to the center of our galaxy, where the density of stars and potential habitable zones might be higher. The WOW signal was unlike anything scientists had detected before, exhibiting a frequency of 1,420 MHz, which is a frequency emitted by hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe. This made the discovery even more fascinating, since hydrogen is considered a fundamental building block of life. For the following days, weeks, and years, scientists tried to uncover the source of this extraordinary signal. The peculiar characteristics of the WOW signal raised numerous questions. Was it a transmission from an alien civilization? If so, what were they trying to communicate? Or could it have been a natural cosmic event that we simply didn't understand at the time? Despite efforts to locate and analyze the source of the signal, it was never detected again. This one-time event only deepened the mystery, as scientists continued to monitor the area of Sagittarius for any further signs of this curious transmission. Numerous theories emerged, ranging from extraterrestrial intelligence to reflections of signals from nearby spacecraft, and even natural astrophysical phenomena. One significant point of discussion revolved around whether the signal was a deliberate message or merely a byproduct of cosmic activity, such as pulsars or quasars interacting with the surrounding environment. The WOW signal has left a lasting impact on both scientific research and popular culture. It has inspired a broad range of discussions about the existence of extraterrestrial life and what forms it might take. Books, documentaries, and scientific papers have explored the implications of the signal, scrutinizing the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, often referred to as SETI. This field of study aims to detect signs of intelligent life by monitoring electromagnetic radiation from space, and has grown significantly since the time of the WOW signal. Beyond the scientific implications, the WOW signal has also fueled our collective imagination. The idea that we might not be alone in the universe is a thought that resonates deeply with many people. The possibility of distant civilizations reaching out to us brings up questions not only about the existence of other life forms, but also about how we would respond to such communications, and what it would mean for humanity's understanding of existence. As technology continues to advance, our capabilities in detecting signals from space have evolved. New telescopes and improved methods of analysis are utilized in the search for cosmic messages. Yet despite the search efforts that have expanded over the decades, the WOW signal remains an enigma, a haunting reminder of our stakes in the cosmos, and that thrilling moment in 1977 when it seemed we might have heard a voice from the deeper darkness. It stands as a testament to our unyielding quest for knowledge and a longing to connect with the unknown. For many, the WOW signal is not just a story of science. It is a symbol of hope, curiosity, and our desire to explore the universe. It reminds us that the cosmos is vast and filled with possibilities we have yet to understand. The mystery of the WOW signal continues to inspire researchers, making it one of the most intriguing and enduring phenomena in the history of astronomy. Whether this signal was a momentary whisper from the beyond, or a signal lost to time, may never be answered satisfactorily, but it certainly invites us to keep looking up at the stars, pondering what lies beyond our understanding. In contemplating the WOW signal, we are drawn into a larger narrative, the narrative of humanity's exploration of the universe. Even as we physically remain bound to Earth, our minds and imaginations roam far beyond. The pursuit of knowledge, the quest to understand our surroundings, is an intrinsic part of our human experience. This endeavor, sparked by a single signal, continues to shape our exploration of the unknown, inspiring countless individuals to look at the night sky and wonder, to dream, and to seek the truth hidden among the stars. In the annals of history, few weapons have captured the imagination quite like the Ulfberht Swords. These remarkable artifacts from the Viking Age stand as a testament to the artistry and skill of their makers. Found in various archaeological sites across Europe, particularly in Scandinavia, Ulfberht swords are known for their exceptional quality, intricate craftsmanship, and enigmatic origins. What makes these weapons so extraordinary? And what secrets do they hold about the advanced technology of their time? The name Ulfberht is derived from the inscriptions found on many of these swords, which feature the name in a distinctive script. This marking is not merely a signature, it is a hallmark of superior quality. Ulfberht swords are crafted from a type of steel known as crucible steel, a method that was not widely utilized during the Viking Age. This process involved heating iron and carbon together in a crucible, resulting in a much purer and stronger steel than the wrought iron commonly used at the time. The high carbon content of Ulfberht swords gave them a resilience and sharpness that was unmatched, making them highly prized among warriors. What is truly fascinating is the level of technical skill required to produce such swords. The blacksmiths behind Ulfberht swords likely possessed knowledge of metallurgy that far surpassed that of their contemporaries. While many Viking weapons were forged from iron, the ability to create crucible steel suggests a deeper understanding of materials and the conditions required to refine them. Some historians believe that the Ulfberht makers might have had access to sophisticated blacksmithing techniques, possibly influenced by cultures from the East, such as the Persian or even Indian smiths known for their own high-quality steel. Historically, Ulfberht swords are believed to have been produced between the 9th and 11th centuries. Their distribution across Europe hints at a thriving trade network, connecting the Vikings with distant lands. In fact, the highest concentration of these swords has been found in burial sites, often resting alongside their owners, hinting at their esteemed status. Imagine a Viking warrior, proud and fierce, wielding a sword that not only serves as a weapon but also as a symbol of status and craftsmanship. But why did these swords fade from prominence? As Viking society evolved and warfare changed, so too did the production methods and materials used in weaponry. By the end of the Viking Age, the Ulfberht style began to decline, with fewer swords bearing the name appearing in archaeological records. Some suggest that with the introduction of newer technologies and changes in combat tactics, the demand for these iconic swords diminished. The mystery of the Ulfberht swords extends beyond their physical attributes and historical context. Modern researchers have been captivated by the enigmatic nature of these weapons. How did the blacksmiths of the Viking Age acquire such technological prowess? Some theories suggest that they had access to advanced knowledge through interactions with various cultures, telling a fascinating story of technology and trade during a time long gone. Moreover, if you delve into the science behind these blades, you'll find that the layers of steel in many Ulfberht swords exhibit a pattern. This unique Damascus pattern not only offers visual beauty, but also reflects the distinct process used in forging the steel. Each blade is almost like a piece of art, representing the high levels of craftsmanship and the information passed down through generations. When considering the legacy of Ulfberht swords, one must also acknowledge their enduring impact on modern sword-making and blacksmithing. Today, many swordsmiths look to these historical blades for inspiration, replicating the techniques used by Viking artisans. Learning about the Ulfberht swords allows for a deeper appreciation of historical craftsmanship, blending artistry with functionality. In a broader sense, the Ulfberht swords serve as a window into the Viking Age, revealing not only the technology and skills of the time, but also the culture and values of the people who wielded them. These swords were not just weapons, they were part of a complex social structure, representing power, masculinity, and the warrior ethos of the Vikings. As you reflect on the Ulfberht swords, think about the stories they carry. Each scratch and imperfection tells a tale of battles fought, journeys taken, and the hands that shaped them. In a world where technology continues to advance at an unprecedented rate, The mysteries of the past remind us of the ingenuity of our ancestors, the artisanal skills that have shaped our present, and the connections we continue to forge across time and space. The Ulfberht Swords are not merely relics of a bygone era. They are a celebration of human creativity, resilience, and the eternal quest for excellence. In the early hours of June 30th, 1908, an extraordinary event unfolded in the remote wilderness of Siberia, leaving behind an enigmatic legacy that continues to intrigue scientists and historians alike. This incident, known as the Tunguska Event, represents one of the most significant explosions in recorded history, with its impact echoing through the years in both scientific inquiry and popular culture. Nestled in the heart of Siberia, the area surrounding the Tunguska River was largely untouched by civilization, a dense forest abundant with trees and wildlife. On that fateful morning, residents were suddenly startled by an enormous explosion that seemed to ignite the very sky. Witnesses described a blinding flash, akin to that of 1,000 suns, followed by a tremendous shockwave that shook the ground and sent a wave of panic through the few people living in the area. The explosion was so powerful that it flattened an estimated 2,000 square kilometers of forest, bringing down roughly 80 million trees in its wake. The destruction was astounding. Entire swaths of the forest were laid waste, with trees uprooted and charred, some even being blown over in such a way that they were left pointing eastward, as if caught in a moment of fury. This massive devastation happened within seconds, and the sheer scale of the incident was invisible to the wider world at first, given the remoteness of the location. For years, this event puzzled scientists and researchers, particularly because there were no visible impact craters, or the typical detritus that is usually associated with traditional asteroid or comet impacts. Early theories ranged from volcanic activity to mysterious natural phenomena, yet those ideas fell short when confronted with the magnitude of destruction observed. Decades later, the prevailing theory became more clear. Most scientists now believe that the Tunguska event was caused by a celestial object, likely a small comet or asteroid, entering the Earth's atmosphere and exploding in the sky above the Siberian forest. As this object collided with the Earth's atmosphere, it encountered immense pressure and heat, breaking apart and resulting in an airburst explosion that released energy equivalent to that of several hydrogen bombs. Despite the lack of any physical evidence, such as an impact crater, this theory is supported by the analysis of the energy release, which is estimated to be between 10 to 15 megatons of TNT. To put this into perspective, the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima released energy equivalent to approximately 15 kilotons of TNT, making the Tunguska event 1,000 times more powerful. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Tunguska event is the legacy it left behind. The incident raises fundamental questions about our place in the universe and the dangers posed by near-Earth objects. Scientists frequently emphasize the importance of monitoring the skies for asteroids and comets that could pose a threat to Earth, as even a small object could cause catastrophic damage if it were to strike a populated area. The remoteness of the Tunguska event also provides a unique case study. The area became the focus of scientific expeditions aimed at understanding the environmental impact of such a violent occurrence. Researchers have studied the area extensively, examining altered soil, changes in flora, and even the radiation levels in the aftermath of this explosion. The blast scene remains a natural laboratory of sorts, with scientists observing how ecosystems recover from such unprecedented calamities. The Tunguska event has not only captured the imagination of scientists, it has also sparked interest in popular culture. It has inspired countless books, movies, and documentaries, with many people drawn to the mystery and dramatic nature of the incident. This fascination often stems from the blend of science and enigma, illustrating how human beings strive to make sense of the unknown. As we reflect on events like Tunguska, it is essential to recognize the interconnectedness of our world and the cosmos. While the immediate impacts of such explosive events may be localized, the implications stretch far and wide, inviting us to ponder our own vulnerability within the grand tapestry of the universe. Even today, the tale of the Tunguska event serves as a reminder of the powerful forces that exist beyond our planet and the need for vigilance in an unpredictable world. Scientists continue to analyze data and gather evidence, driven by the desire to ensure that such an event does not catch humanity off guard again. In essence, the Tunguska event stands as both a historical phenomenon and a scientific mystery, inviting inquiry and exploration. It challenges us to confront the wonders of the universe while maintaining an awareness of the forces that lie beyond our control. As we continue to explore and uncover the secrets of our universe, the lessons gleaned from this extraordinary explosion will remain etched in our collective memory, guiding the way for future generations to come. Atlantis, a name that has captured the imaginations of many, is often depicted as a grand civilization that existed thousands of years ago. The story of Atlantis finds its origins in the works of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, who introduced this remarkable society in his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. According to him, Atlantis was an advanced and powerful civilization that existed about 9,000 years before his time, flourishing in a land of wealth and prosperity. However, as swiftly as it rose, Atlantis fell into decline and was lost to the depths of the ocean. The tale begins with a description of a magnificent island, larger than Asia and Libya combined, located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now know as the Strait of Gibraltar. The Atlantis Plato describes was not merely a patch of soil, but a sprawling metropolis, filled with splendid palaces, vibrant gardens, and impressive temples. The powerful Atlanteans were said to have built incredible structures of stone and gold, showcasing advanced engineering and art that was well ahead of their time. What makes the Atlantis legend particularly compelling is the contrasting narrative between the virtues of its people and the moral decay that ultimately led to its downfall. Plato portrayed the Atlanteans as originally noble, possessing remarkable gifts of technological sophistication and military prowess. However, as their power grew, so too did their hubris. Their ambition and craving for conquest provoked the wrath of the gods, culminating in a catastrophic event that caused their lands to sink into the ocean. Over the centuries, countless explorers, historians, and enthusiasts have scoured the records and evidence in search of Atlantis, sparking theories about its existence and potential locations. Some proponents propose that Atlantis may have once been located in the Mediterranean, possibly on the island of Santorini, which experienced a massive volcanic eruption around 1600 BC. This explosion led to the collapse of the Minoan civilization, which some believe bears similarities to Plato's account. Others lean towards the idea that Atlantis could have been in the Caribbean, with theories suggesting locations such as Cuba or the Bahamas as the remnants of this lost civilization. In this context, the multitude of underwater structures and rock formations in these regions have ignited the imagination of those convinced that remnants of Atlantis await discovery beneath the waves. However, skepticism surrounds the idea of Atlantis being a factual account of a historical civilization. Many scholars argue that Plato's depiction was purely allegorical, crafted to convey philosophical lessons about morality, governance, and the consequences of human arrogance. According to this view, Atlantis was less a lost civilization and more of a cautionary tale, illustrating the dangers inherent in a society that becomes consumed by power and material wealth. Despite the debate, the legend of Atlantis continues to captivate the public's imagination. The stories have inspired numerous books, films, and documentaries, each providing its own interpretation of this mysterious civilization. Whether depicted as a utopian society or a cautionary example, Atlantis has become a cultural touchstone, spurring interest in ancient myths and the quest for lost civilizations across the world. The idea of lost civilizations is not unique to Atlantis. Many cultures have tales of great societies and cities that have vanished over time. For instance, the fabled city of El Dorado, sought after by conquistadors in South America, and the tales of Lemuria, a hypothetical advanced civilization believed to have existed in the Indian or Pacific Oceans, echo the fascination with lost worlds. These myths tap into a universal human curiosity about what lies hidden beneath the surface of our history. Intriguingly, advancements in technology have changed the landscape of discovery, allowing for underwater exploration that was once thought impossible. As new techniques in archaeology and marine exploration develop, the hope of uncovering lost relics and evidence of ancient cultures keeps the myths alive. Reports of sunken cities and ancient artifacts revive interest, inviting both researchers and treasure hunters to delve into the depths. Even with all the speculation and theories, no definitive evidence has proven the existence of Atlantis. The intrigue remains in part because of the very nature of human curiosity, a drive to seek out the unknown and fill in the gaps in our understanding of history. Atlantis, whether fact or fiction, encourages exploration and sparks the desire to uncover secrets lying beneath the waves. So Atlantis stands as a fascinating reflection of human culture and the quest for knowledge. The continuous debate of its existence invites us to think critically about the interpretations of ancient texts, the lessons they convey, and how they resonate with our lives today. It reminds us of the beauty and fragility of civilizations, the cycles of rise and fall, and how stories endure long after the societies that birthed them. Whether real or imagined, the concept of Atlantis has woven itself into the fabric of our collective consciousness, urging us to explore, to question, and to dream of what could have been in the depths of history. In the annals of exploration, few tales are as haunting and mysterious as that of Sir John Franklin's expedition in the mid-19th century. Set against the backdrop of the Arctic, this voyage promised to be a quest of monumental significance, yet it ended in tragedy. The narrative of Franklin's journey is filled with ambition, treacherous conditions, and ultimately, unanswered questions that continue to capture the imagination of historians, enthusiasts, and adventurers alike. In May of 1845, Sir John Franklin departed from England with two ships, HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, equipped with an ambitious mission to traverse the Northwest Passage, a sea route connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through the Arctic archipelago of Canada. The passage had long been sought after by explorers, as it promised a shortcut for trade and navigation routes. Franklin, an experienced explorer who had previously journeyed in the Arctic, was confident that he could lead his crew through these icy waters. The ships were outfitted with the latest technology of the time, including steam engines and the best provision supplies. Franklin's crew consisted of 129 men, all well-trained and eager to tackle the uncertainties of the Arctic. They were equipped not just with food and tools, but also with the hope of claiming glory through discovery and exploration. Many of the men believed they were embarking on a new adventure that would bring them fame and honor. However, as the expedition set sail, conditions in the Arctic proved far more challenging than they could have anticipated. The ice was treacherous, and navigation became an arduous task. Over the next few years, communication from Franklin and his crew ceased. As people began to wonder about their fate, a wave of concern and intrigue swept through Britain. The public and the Admiralty, the British Naval Authority, found themselves gripped by curiosity intermingled with dread. Some families of the crew even organized their own search parties, hoping to uncover what had happened to their loved ones. By the summer of 1848, numerous search expeditions began to venture into the Arctic to locate Franklin and his men. These missions faced the harsh realities of the environment: extreme cold, shifting ice, and limited visibility. Yet, one explorer, John Ray, would eventually stumble upon disturbing evidence of the fate of the crew. Ray encountered local Inuit populations who had heard stories of the white men who had succumbed to the brutal conditions. He also found artifacts belonging to the Franklin expedition, alongside signs of cannibalism, which painted an ominous picture of their struggle for survival. The fate of Franklin's expedition remained largely shrouded in mystery for years. Despite various search parties retracing the crew's last known steps, there was little success in locating the actual ships, or definitively determining what had happened on that harrowing journey. It wasn't until more than a century later that significant breakthroughs would occur. In 2014, the wreck of HMS Erebus was discovered in the depths of the Arctic waters near King William Island. A year later, HMS Terror was found in a nearby location. The discovery of these ships was monumental, offering fragments of history to researchers and historians alike. Yet, many questions lingered. What precisely caused the demise of the crew? How did they cope with the dire situation they faced? The ships, preserved under layers of ice, held many artifacts that revealed the lifestyle of the crew as they braved the Arctic. Charts and equipment showcased their navigation attempts, while personal items provided a glimpse into their daily lives. Still, the deeper elements of their experience, their thoughts, feelings, and camaraderie, remain elusive. It is difficult to comprehend the depths of despair they may have faced in those long, dark nights. Sir John Franklin's expedition represents not just a tale of exploration, but a deeper narrative about human resilience against nature's relentless forces. Researchers, historians, and Arctic enthusiasts continue to study the remnants of Franklin's journey, piecing together a story that is as intriguing as it is tragic. The lingering mysteries invite speculative discussions as we ponder the choices made in the harsh Arctic wilderness. The legacy of Franklin's ill-fated expedition casts a long shadow over the field of exploration. Many lessons have been learned through subsequent studies of the Arctic environment, including the need for better preparedness, the importance of local knowledge, and respect for nature's formidable power. As more discoveries emerge from the ice, The saga of Sir John Franklin and his crew serves as both a cautionary tale and a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who seek the unknown. The allure of the Arctic continues to captivate adventurers, reminding us of the fine line between exploration and peril, and the profound mysteries still waiting to be uncovered in the icy embrace of the North. The story endures, ensuring that the echoes of their journey resonate through time, a poignant reminder of ambition and the fundamental human quest for discovery. The Nazca Lines are a collection of enormous geoglyphs etched into the arid plains of southern Peru. These ancient designs, ranging from simple geometric shapes to intricate depictions of animals and plants, can be best appreciated from the sky. The sheer scale and precision of these lines have fascinated scholars, archaeologists, and travelers for decades. But what exactly are the Nazca Lines, and why were they created? Discovered in the 1920s, the Nazca Lines consist of over 800 straight lines, 300 geometric shapes, and more than 70 figures. Some of the most famous figures include a hummingbird, a monkey, a spider, and a whale. Each of these monumental figures stretches to hundreds of meters in length, making them impossible to fully comprehend from the ground. Those who journey to see them often take small planes or drones for a bird's-eye view, where they can marvel at the detail and artistry hidden within the barren landscape. The lines were made by a civilization known as the Nazca, which thrived between 200 BCE and 600 CE. The process of creating these gigantic artworks involved removing the top layer of reddish-brown iron oxide pebbles that cover the desert floor to reveal the lighter-colored soil beneath. This seemingly simple method required immense coordination and planning, as the Nazca people needed to align their work with the sun, stars, and the surrounding topography. One of the enduring mysteries of the Nazca Lines is their purpose. Various theories have been proposed over the years. Some researchers suggest that the lines were created as a form of astronomical calendar. By observing the positions of the sun, moon, and other celestial bodies, the Nazca could mark significant seasonal events, such as solstices or equinoxes. This theory is supported by the alignment of certain geoglyphs with the cardinal directions. Another common interpretation is that the lines served a religious or ceremonial purpose. Many of the figures, such as the giant condor or the spider, represent deities or symbolic animals believed to be of great importance to the Nazca civilization. The large-scale representations could have been part of ritualistic practices, possibly to invite the favor of the gods for water and fertility in their arid environment. Water was a precious resource, and the Nazca people often performed ceremonies to produce rain or ensure a fruitful harvest. The connection between the Nazca Lines and water continues to intrigue researchers. Some experts propose that the lines may have been pathways leading to ritual sites or water sources. In this arid region, water was crucial for survival, so creating these pathways could have been vital for the socio-religious practices of the Nazca. Another perspective suggests that the geoglyphs served as territorial markers. By placing their artistic expressions in plain view, they may have communicated both ownership of the land and the cultural identity of the Nazca people. The vast desert served as a blank canvas, and the geoglyphs spoke of the people's presence and their connection to the earth. Despite various hypotheses, the true purpose of the Nazca Lines remains uncertain, and this ambiguity only adds to their allure. The methods used by the Nazca people to create these iconic figures also raise questions about their technological capabilities and cultural creativity. How did they plan and coordinate such extensive projects without the modern tools and technologies we have today? The answers often elude us, but the significance of the lines is undeniable. The preservation of the Nazca Lines is an ongoing concern, as they face threats from human activity and environmental factors. Incidents of vandalism, tourism, and urban expansion pose risks to these ancient artworks. The Peruvian government, along with international organizations, has recognized their importance, leading to protective measures to ensure the lines endure for future generations. Visiting the Nazca Lines is an unforgettable experience. As aerial views reveal patterns and figures sprawling across the landscape, each glimpse brings one closer to understanding a civilization that is both ancient and remarkable. The lines whisper stories of an era long past, inviting reflection not only on the ingenuity of the Nazca people, but also on the mysteries that bind us to the natural world. Ultimately, the allure of the Nazca Lines lies in their mystery. They embody a tantalizing enigma that continues to inspire wonder and curiosity. Whether serving as astronomical markers, symbols of devotion, or merely an artistic expression of cultural identity, the lines urge us to ponder the creativity of ancient civilizations and the stories they etched into the world. As we stand on the precipice of history, gazing at these grand designs, we are reminded of the innate human desire to leave a mark, to connect with the universe, and to celebrate life in all its forms. The Nazca Lines are more than just ancient art. They represent the timeless quest for understanding, discovery, and connection across generations. The Devil's Sea, also known as the Bermuda Triangle of the Pacific, lies off the coast of Japan and harbors an intriguing array of mysteries and legends. Situated near the Philippine Sea and north of the Mariana Islands, this unsettling body of water has gained notoriety for unexplained disappearances and bizarre occurrences that have mystified scientists, sailors, and adventurers alike. The history of the Devil's Sea is steeped in tales of lost vessels and inexplicable phenomena. For centuries, fishermen and navigators have reported encountering unusual waves and sudden storms that seem to appear out of nowhere. Some stories tell of ships navigating through calm waters only to find themselves enveloped in dense fog, with visibility reduced to almost zero. This thick mist can disorient even the most skilled mariners, leading to harrowing experiences and a sense of unease as they navigate through the treacherous waters. One of the core mysteries surrounding the Devil's Sea involves the inexplicable disappearance of numerous ships and aircraft. In the late 1940s, the most infamous incident occurred when 5 U.S. Navy bombers, known as Flight 19, vanished during a routine training mission. While searching for the missing planes, a rescue plane also mysteriously disappeared, baffling both military personnel and civilian observers. Such events have led many to speculate that something strange is at play in this region. Local legends add to the enigma of the Devil's Sea. Some tales suggest the presence of mythical sea creatures, such as giant serpents or malevolent spirits that protect the waters and create chaos for those who dare to sail there. The idea of a serpent winding through the ocean depths is a captivating image, one that stirs the imagination and underscores the ancient fear of the unknown. Alongside these legends, the Devil's Sea is often associated with magnetic anomalies. Some researchers have postulated that these unusual magnetic fields could interfere with navigational instruments, causing confusion and leading ships off their intended paths. It's as if the very laws of navigation are warped by an unseen force, making the waters even more perilous for the unwary traveler. Numerous accounts describe sailors being suddenly struck by powerful whirlpools, seemingly appearing from nowhere and drawing vessels into their depths. These whirlpools can reach incredible speeds, making escape nearly impossible. Such accounts evoke images of a chaotic ocean landscape, where the forces of nature are at their most unpredictable. Scientists have embarked on numerous expeditions to unravel the mysteries of the Devil's Sea. Some have taken a more practical approach, focusing on geological formations and oceanographic factors that may contribute to the peculiar phenomena. Underwater volcanic activity, strong currents, and the unique shape of the ocean floor are all considered potential factors. By understanding the natural elements at play, researchers hope to provide explanations for the strange happenings without invoking the supernatural. The phenomenon of underwater volcanoes is particularly fascinating. They can create sudden and powerful waves known as tsunamis, which can impact surrounding areas with devastating consequences. It's thought that these underwater mountains, which sometimes remain hidden beneath the surface, can trigger a wide array of dramatic oceanic phenomena, contributing to the eerie reputation of the Devil's Sea. In addition to its alarming stories, the region draws attention for its stunning beauty. The waters surrounding the Devil's Sea are teeming with vibrant marine life and stunning coral reefs, making it a popular spot for divers and marine enthusiasts. The juxtaposition of the area's natural allure with its darker legends creates a compelling narrative that has captured the imaginations of many. The Devil's Sea continues to inspire stories, documentaries, and discussions among those fascinated by the unknown. Its reputation as a site of mystery, danger, and beauty ensures that it remains a part of maritime folklore. The tales of lost ships, mysterious phenomena, and awe-inspiring underwater landscapes keep both thrill seekers and researchers curious about what lies beneath the surface. As you explore the legends and the scientific inquiries surrounding the Devil's Sea, you may find yourself pondering the relationship between nature's beauty and its unpredictability. In a world where science often seeks to explain the unexplainable, The allure of the unknown still captivates the human spirit. This mysterious expanse of ocean serves as a reminder that even in a time dominated by technology and knowledge, there remain realms where curiosity can flourish, pushing the boundaries of understanding. Whether seen as a foreboding territory or a magnificent paradise, the Devil's Sea invites exploration and wonder. Each wave that crashes along the coast is a reminder that there are still many stories waiting to be uncovered, enticing adventurers to seek their own truths amid the myths. And in this magical intersection of reality and folklore, the Devil's Sea holds its place, whispering to those who dare to delve into its depths. In the heart of Brittany, France, a remarkable sight stretches across the landscape, captivating all who come to visit. These are the Carnac Stones, a unique collection of thousands of prehistoric standing stones, arranged in mystical lines that draw the curious and the contemplative alike. The stones are not just rocks. They are a part of human history that dates back to the Neolithic period, around 4500 BCE. Imagine walking among these ancient monuments, some towering over 3 meters high, standing stoically in their rows. The sheer scale of the site is impressive. Over 3,000 stones can be found here, organized into megalithic alignments, tumulus burial mounds, and single standing stones known as menhirs. These installations are spread over several kilometers, creating an almost otherworldly atmosphere that seems charged with the echoes of the past. The largest alignment, known as the Grand Alignment, is a stunning spectacle. Here, you can see long, straight rows of stones that extend for nearly a mile. The way they are laid out seems deliberate, forming a pattern that suggests they held significance for the people of that time. Each stone, carved from local granite, has its own unique character, reflecting the natural world from which it was formed. Some are smooth and polished, while others bear the weathered marks of centuries. What makes the Carnac Stones particularly intriguing is that their purpose remains shrouded in mystery. Archaeologists and historians have proposed various theories about their origins and function. Some suggest that they served as a form of astronomical calendar, aligning with the movement of the sun and the moon. Others believe they may have been used in religious ceremonies or as markers to signify important places in the landscape. The Neolithic people who constructed these megaliths left no written records, leading to speculation and wonder. Could these stones have been involved in rituals, connecting the living with the spirits of the ancestors? Or were they possibly a way to mark territory or signify events? The ambiguity only adds to their charm and encourages your imagination to flourish as you wander through the rows. A visit to the Carnac Stones is like stepping into a time capsule, transporting you back to an era where these stones may have played a central role in the community's life. As you explore further, you might note the wide variety of sizes and shapes among the stones. Some are enormous, easily capturing your attention, while others are smaller and more understated. This variation could indicate different uses or significance, or perhaps they represent different times in the ancient culture that created them. The largest stones are named after local legends, reflecting how tightly woven folklore is with the landscape. In addition to the standing stones, the area is filled with ancient burial sites known as dolmens. These enormous stone structures are thought to have been used for internment practices. They often consist of large flat stones placed atop vertical stones, creating a tomb-like structure. The dolmens further emphasize the connection between the stones and the spiritual lives of those who built them. Visiting the Carnac Stones offers a chance to reflect on the power of ancient civilizations and their deep connection to nature and the cosmos. Standing among these giants of stone, you may find yourself pondering the lives of those who walked this land thousands of years ago. What were their dreams and fears? How did they perceive the world around them? The site encourages contemplation of time, both vast and fleeting. As the sun sets and the shadows lengthen, the stones take on a different character. The fading light casts an ethereal glow, wrapping the stones in a gentle embrace, as if they are guardians of a forgotten past. Many visitors describe a sense of peace and tranquility as they listen to the whispers of the wind through the stones. This connection to the past, tangible and felt, adds an intimacy to the experience that few places can offer. The Carnac Stones also act as a powerful reminder of the ingenuity and creativity of ancient peoples. The fact that societies with primitive tools managed to transport and erect such massive stones inspires awe and wonder. Each stone is a testament to the hard work and determination of those early communities, reflecting their collaborative spirit. As you learn about the various interpretations and theories surrounding the Carnac Stones, you may also appreciate how they have influenced artistic and cultural expressions over the centuries. The allure of the stones has inspired artwork, literature, and even local folklore. Artists have sketched and painted the stones in all their glory, capturing their gravitas and mystery for future generations to admire. Even today, the stones are a popular destination for tourists and locals alike, eager to connect with history and nature. Walking among the alignments can stir emotions and thoughts in a way that few experiences can. The sheer mystery of it all invites laughter, curiosity, or simply a moment of quiet reflection. The Carnac Stones continue to stand resolute, a marvel of human achievement and the ever-unfolding story of our relationship with the earth. Who knows what secrets may still lie hidden beneath the ancient stones, or in the memories of the land around us. Each visit offers new insights and deeper appreciation for not just the stones themselves, but for the stories they represent. These remarkable monuments remain a cherished part of heritage, inviting generations to explore their legacy while embracing the magic of the unknown. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon are often remembered as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, a fascinating subject that has captured the imagination of many for centuries. This legendary garden is said to have been built in the ancient city of Babylon, located near present-day Hilla in Iraq. However, despite their storied reputation, much about the Hanging Gardens remains shrouded in mystery, from their exact location to even their existence. According to various historical accounts, the Hanging Gardens were constructed during the reign of King Nebuchadnezzar II, who ruled Babylon in the 6th century BCE. It is widely believed that King Nebuchadnezzar built these remarkable gardens for his wife, Amytis of Media. She missed the green hills and fragrant flora of her homeland in Persia, and to alleviate her longing, the king reportedly created an oasis filled with luxuriant plants and trees that appeared to float above the ground. Imagine walking through these gardens, where tiered structures overflow with vibrant greenery. Lush vines drop down from lofty terraces, while flowers in every hue bloom in a dazzling display, painting the air with their sweet scents. Water is said to have been pumped up from the Euphrates River to maintain this verdant paradise, an engineering feat remarkable for its time. The sight of cascading water tumbling down the steps, surrounded by exotic plants and trees, must have been a breathtaking experience. Interestingly, despite these vivid descriptions, no archaeological evidence of the Hanging Gardens has been conclusively identified. Some scholars theorize that the gardens may not have existed in Babylon at all, suggesting instead that they could have been located in Nineveh, the capital of the Assyrian Empire. This theory arises from writings by ancient historians, such as Strabo and Philo of Byzantium. They described gardens that fit the enchanting vision attributed to the Hanging Gardens, but since their details are somewhat murky, the quest for clarity continues. Additionally, others argue that the gardens could have been a poetic exaggeration rather than a physical reality. Throughout history, oral traditions and literary embellishments may have blended fact and fiction, creating a legend that resonates across the ages. Yet, the idea of such splendor captured people's imaginations, influencing art and culture for centuries, leading to depictions of exotic gardens that reflect the beauty associated with the Hanging Gardens. Furthermore, the historical accounts that do exist suggest that the gardens were an impressive feat of engineering. It is recounted that the gardens comprised a series of terraces. These terraces were constructed in a step-like fashion, stacked upon each other, allowing for greater exposure to sunlight and air. Ancient irrigation techniques must have been innovative, using a chain pump, known as an Archimedes screw, to lift water from the Euphrates and nourish plants growing in the gardens. Exploring the allure of the Hanging Gardens also gives insight into ancient civilizations' values and aesthetics. Gardens were often symbols of prosperity, culture, and careful stewardship of the environment. The importance placed on these elements reflected a society that revered beauty, nature, and the ability to manipulate the landscape for enjoyment and sustenance. This connection to the land and the efforts to create majestic spaces illustrate a harmonious relationship with nature that resonates in many cultures today. The debate surrounding the existence of the Hanging Gardens highlights not only the limits of our historical knowledge, but also the endurance of human curiosity. Beyond the literal quest for ancient wonders, it invites us to ponder the values held by an ancient society that could create such lofty ambitions in garden design. The enduring nature of the legend encourages innovation and creativity, inspiring architects and landscape designers throughout the centuries as they strive to capture extraordinary visions of green spaces. As we delve into the story of the Hanging Gardens, we also consider the numerous interpretations, from poetic tales to practical solutions for irrigation and urban design. The ways in which nature intertwines with our lives remain as relevant today as they did in ancient times. While the gardens themselves may elude discovery, the inspiration they impart evokes a timeless appreciation for beauty and ingenuity. In conclusion, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon stand as a symbol of human creativity, a testament to the lengths we will go to nurture beauty in the world around us. While definitive evidence remains absent, the legend continues to stir our imagination and encourage us to cherish the wonders of our own environments, reminding us that the pursuit of beauty is a journey as significant as the destination itself. The story of the Princes in the Tower is one that intertwines mystery, intrigue, and a touch of tragedy. It dates back to the summer of 1483, when two young princes, Edward V and his younger brother Richard, Duke of York, vanished from the Tower of London. Their disappearance has captured the imagination of historians, writers, and the public for centuries, giving rise to numerous theories and speculations about what truly happened to them. Edward V, the elder of the two brothers, was just 12 years old at the time of their disappearance. He was the son of King Edward IV and his queen, Elizabeth Woodville. The family belonged to the House of York, one of the rival branches in the long-standing conflict known as the Wars of the Roses. When Edward IV died unexpectedly in April 1483, his son was set to ascend the throne. However, the political landscape was fraught with tension and danger. The young princes were placed in the Tower of London, a place that has long been associated with power and imprisonment. The tower served as both a royal palace and a fortress, and although it sounds foreboding, it was not unusual for royals to reside there during times of transition. However, circumstances surrounding the throne were anything but ordinary. The new Lord Protector was Richard, Duke of Gloucester, who was originally the prince's uncle and a member of the York family. Richard had his own ambitions, and not long after assuming power, he declared that Edward IV's marriage to Elizabeth Woodville was invalid, and the children born from that union illegitimate. As the young Edward V and his brother Richard were isolated in the tower, rumors began to swirl in the court about their fate. Some believed they were being cared for, while others feared for their safety. Individuals like Richard, Duke of Gloucester, who would soon take on the title of King Richard III, seemed to gain more power with each passing day, drawing suspicion from those loyal to the young princes, while simultaneously fueling speculation. The last recorded sighting of the princes was in July 1483, when they were seen playing in the gardens of the tower. After that, they seemed to vanish into thin air. The disappearance of Edward and Richard launched one of the most enduring mysteries in English history. Speculation ran rampant about what could have happened. Some believed that Richard III, now king, had ordered their murder to eliminate any threats to his newly claimed throne. Others suggested that they were smuggled away and lived in secret, possibly abroad. Theories about the fate of the princes include everything from betrayal by powerful figures in court to their actual deaths within the tower. Over the years, various accounts have emerged, many drawing blood-chilling images of intrigue and deceit taking place in the dimly lit corridors of the tower. Some stories depicted the princes being murdered in cold blood, while others fancifully imagined them surviving and living under new identities. In later years, interest in this historical mystery grew even more intense. The 16th century historian Sir Thomas More wrote about the princes' fate in his works, casting Richard III as a tyrannical figure guilty of their murder. This dramatic portrayal further solidified a somewhat villainous legacy for Richard that echoes through time and in popular culture, including plays, films, and novels. In the 17th century, the discovery of bones in the tower during renovations added another layer of intrigue to the prince's story. While these remains were presumed to be the missing princes, the lack of definitive proof fuels endless debates. Even with advancements in technology and modern forensic techniques that seek to reveal the truth, many questions still linger. Today, the mystery of the princes in the tower continues to spark curiosity across multiple generations. People are drawn not only to the story of the young brothers, but also to the political drama, family betrayal, and the broader context of a tumultuous period in English history. What became of Edward V and Richard, Duke of York, remains an unanswered question, echoing through the halls of the Tower of London. The appeal of their story lies not only in the horror of their possible fate, but also in the noble ambition and the vulnerability of young rulers caught in a deadly game of power. The fate of the princes serves as a reminder of the cruelty that can lurk behind the grandeur of a monarchy, and how ambition can lead to tragic consequences. As you explore the lingering mystery of the princes, consider the myriad of lives intertwined in their story, from their mother, Elizabeth Woodville, who fiercely sought to protect her children, to Richard III, whose machinations ultimately changed the course of English history. Each character adds layers to this historical tapestry, drawing you further into a narrative that transcends time. The mystery of the princes in the Tower remains a poignant chapter in the annals of history, one that speaks to the enduring nature of human experience, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of truth in a world often shrouded in shadows. As you reflect on their tale, think about the many lives that have come to life through the ages, each wrestling with the weight of history and the quest for legacy. The story of the princes captures the imagination, inviting us to ponder what could have been, and ensuring that their names will not soon be forgotten. Rongorongo Tablets are among the most intriguing and enigmatic artifacts of the world, found on the remote Easter Island, known in its native language as Rapa Nui. These wooden tablets bear a unique script that has puzzled linguists, historians, and archaeologists since their discovery in the 19th century. The story of Rongorongo and its origin is imbued with a sense of mystery and cultural significance. The tablets are made from native hardwood, primarily from the Toromiro tree, which is now extinct on the island. The intriguing carvings on these tablets consist of a series of glyphs. Each glyph can represent a concept, an object, or a sound, much like other writing systems. The tablets vary in size and display a diverse range of symbols, some of which resemble animals, humans, and various objects significant to the Rapa Nui culture. One might imagine the effort and skill that went into creating them. They can be detailed and elaborate, showcasing the artistic abilities of the carvers. Rongorongo is thought to have emerged after contact with European explorers in the 18th century. Some scholars propose that the script reflects a unique development of the Rapa Nui language, while others suggest it could be related to the writing systems of South America, influenced by contact with sailors and traders who ventured across the Pacific. However, the exact origins and evolution of the script remain unclear, leading to rich debates among academics. One of the most compelling aspects of the Rongorongo tablets is their undeciphered nature. While various attempts have been made to translate them, no consensus has emerged, leaving the meaning of the text a tantalizing mystery. Some researchers have likened it to the ancient writings of Mesopotamia or the hieroglyphs of Egypt, where decipherment took years of painstaking study and collaborative efforts among experts in languages, archaeology, and history. The potential for rich narratives, records of events, or even poetry adds to the allure of the Rongorongo tablets. In 1864, the first of the tablets was brought to European attention by the French explorer and ethnologist Jean-François de Gallup, Comte de La Pérouse. His accounts sparked interest among scholars, who began to speculate about their meanings and the society that created them. Throughout subsequent decades, several tablets were transported to museums in Europe and beyond, extracting them from their original cultural context. Each tablet holds a piece of the Rapa Nui identity, yet their displacement from the island complicates the understanding of their significance to the people. Scholars have categorized the tablets into two main groups, those that are more pictorial in nature and those rich in abstract symbols. The first group, with images of birds and other animals, appears to depict the natural world that surrounded the Rapa Nui people. The second group comprises complex symbols that may convey stories, rituals, or oral traditions deeply embedded in their culture. For instance, some researchers have noted a recurring shape that resembles a bird, fueling speculation that this may represent an essential mythical figure or a totem of significance to the society. The quest to decode Rongorongo has involved using a variety of linguistic techniques, from comparing it to known Polynesian languages to examining the structures of the glyphs themselves. Yet, its resistance to decipherment remains a formidable challenge due to the lack of a Rosetta Stone-type artifact that would offer clues or context. Some have even argued that the script might not represent a fully developed writing system, but rather a mnemonic device used in oral traditions. This theory posits that the Rapa Nui people may have relied on these symbols as aids for remembering stories or events in a mostly oral culture. Over time, the tablets have inspired numerous theories and myths surrounding their purpose and intended usage. Some speculate that they were created for ceremonial purposes, perhaps to document significant events, or even to serve as a record of ancestral lineage. Others suggest that they could have had a practical use, such as recording agricultural practices or navigational aids, essential for the survival of the island's inhabitants. In addition, the arrival of foreign explorers, settlers, and traders profoundly impacted the Rapa Nui community, resulting in substantial social and cultural transformations. With the introduction of European diseases, the population of Rapa Nui significantly declined, leading to a disconnection from traditional practices, languages, and knowledge. The ongoing struggle to preserve their culture becomes intertwined with the history of the Rongorongo Tablets, as they symbolize a link to a time when the Rapa Nui people thrived, a time rich in spiritual beliefs and cultural practices unique to their identity. Despite the challenges faced in understanding Rongorongo, the fascination endures. Each discovery and exploration of these tablets brings fresh perspectives into the broader discourse on how societies communicate, preserve their histories, and share knowledge. The tablets prompt introspection about the significance of written language in human civilization and our continual quest to interpret the signifiers of past cultures. They also serve as a reminder of the fragility of human memory, the transient nature of knowledge, and the importance of cultural preservation in a rapidly changing world. In conclusion, the Rongorongo Tablets are not just artifacts. They embody the complexity of human expression through script, standing as a testament to a culture that thrived in isolation. The continuing mystery surrounding their meanings invites curiosity and scholarly endeavors, ensuring that the legacy of the Rapa Nui people and their unique contribution to human civilization remains alive in the hearts and minds of those who seek to understand. The journey of translation stretches beyond mere words. It is a profound exploration of culture, identity, and the rich tapestry of the human experience. In the heart of Paris, along the banks of the Seine River, a story unfolds that has captivated imaginations for well over a century. This tale revolves around an unidentified young woman, often referred to as l'inconnue de la Seine, whose mysterious death and haunting beauty continue to resonate through history. In the late 19th century, Paris was a city brimming with life, art, and exploration. There was a time when the River Seine was a bustling artery, witnessing everything from joyous boat rides to the quiet contemplation of passers-by. However, on a fateful day, the tranquil waters of the Seine became the final resting place for an unknown girl. She was discovered in the river, her features serene and perfectly preserved, leaving those who found her both puzzled and intrigued. This young woman, whose identity remained shrouded in mystery, quickly became an object of fascination. Her face, it is said, displayed a haunting beauty that seemed to capture the essence of youth and melancholy all at once. Artists, poets, and writers were inspired by her visage, each interpreting her story through their own lens. Portraits and sculptures began to emerge, paying tribute to l'inconnue as she came to be known. But even these artistic interpretations offered no clues to her identity or the circumstances that led her to such a tragic fate. The manner in which she was found added layers to her story. She was discovered by a passerby who noticed her floating in the river. Authorities were summoned, and soon the young woman became a subject of speculation and intrigue. How did she end up in the Seine? Was she a victim of misfortune, or did she choose this watery grave? These questions fueled the imaginations of an enthralled public, as people pondered the life she might have led and the events that could have led to her untimely demise. L'inconnue de la Seine became more than just an unidentified body. She transformed into a symbol of the fleeting nature of life and beauty. In the years that followed, it was said that her death sparked a wave of romanticized notions about the tragic fate of young women in Paris during that era. Many artists, particularly in the realms of literature and visual arts, drew from her imagery to explore themes of love, loss, and the mysteries that lie beneath the surface of everyday existence. In addition to the artistic interpretations, l'inconnue's story took on an even more compelling twist with the development of a particular object known as the death mask. This mold, created from the young woman's face, became a popular item in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The death mask's appeal lay in its ability to preserve her likeness, allowing people to remember her beauty long after her tragic end. Countless copies were made, and her visage adorned the walls of homes, galleries, and salons across Europe. As years passed, L'Inconnue de la Seine became a source of inspiration for various art movements. Her image was adopted by the symbolist artists, who saw in her ethereal beauty a reflection of the human condition. They created works that invoked feelings of longing, sadness, and the search for existential meaning. The questions surrounding her identity and fate became a poignant mirror for artists exploring deeper themes of life, love, and the inevitability of death. While her story is steeped in mystery, it also opened a doorway to discussions about mental health during a time when such topics were often silenced. The Romantic movement, which celebrated emotion and individual experience, placed great emphasis on the struggles of young women in society. L'Inconnue's untold story became an echo of the many voices lost to time, inviting reflection on the lives of those who have been marginalized or overlooked. Today, L'Inconnue de la Seine continues to captivate and inspire. Her story serves as a reminder of the enduring power of human connection and the lingering mysteries that inhabit our world. Tourists visiting Paris may find themselves unnerved by the beauty of the Seine, now more than just a river, but a witness to countless tales of love and loss. The young woman who once slipped away into its depths invites each of us to ponder our own stories and the silent echoes of those who came before. Her legacy remains, compelling us to seek beauty in life, to cherish the fleeting moments, and to acknowledge the mysteries that surround us. L'Inconnue de la Seine is not only an unknown figure from history, she is a universal symbol of the complex tapestry of human experience, a reminder that within every person lies a story waiting to be told, even if it ends in silence. Every glance at the flowing waters of the Seine now carries her spirit, whispering a poignant tale that continues to resonate through the ages. As we look upon the majestic river, we remember L'Inconnue, her life a mystery, her beauty immortalized, beckoning us to reflect and wonder about the silent stories that weave through the very fabric of our existence. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is a region in the North Atlantic Ocean that has become infamous for the mysterious disappearances of ships and aircraft. This triangular area is defined by points in Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, covering thousands of square miles of ocean. Over the years, it has sparked countless stories, theories, and speculations, capturing the imagination of people around the world. Legends about the Bermuda Triangle date back to the late 19th century, but it wasn't until the mid-20th century that its notoriety really began to grow. One of the most famous incidents occurred in 1945, when 5 Navy bombers, known as Flight 19, vanished during a training flight over the area. What makes this incident particularly intriguing is the radio transmissions made by the pilot just before the planes disappeared. He reported strange compass readings and expressed confusion about their location. Sadly, a rescue plane sent to find them also disappeared, adding to the enigma of the triangle. But what exactly is it about this area that intrigues so many? Some say it could be the ocean itself, with its violent storms and unpredictable weather patterns. The waters of the Bermuda Triangle can churn violently, creating conditions that would pose challenges to even the most skilled pilots and sailors. High waves, strong currents, and sudden squalls can appear without warning, making navigational endeavors perilous. Others suggest that the magnetic anomalies found in the Bermuda Triangle could play a role in the reported incidents. Ships and aircraft often rely on compasses for navigation, and if there are disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field, it could lead to confusion and misdirection. In fact, several researchers have pointed out that the Bermuda Triangle is one of the few places on Earth where true north and magnetic north align. This could result in navigational errors that might lead to disaster. Further adding to the mystique is the possibility of human error. Even experienced pilots and captains can make mistakes, especially when faced with sudden changes in weather or unexpected conditions. The triangle is traveled by many vessels each year, and while there are a number of documented disappearances, the vast majority arrive at their destination safely. It's also worth noting that time and again, many of the supposed disappearances have been exaggerated or misreported. Concerning the stories surrounding the Bermuda Triangle, one cannot ignore the influence of popular culture. Countless books, movies, and documentaries explore the theories and legends connected to the area. Some even credit it with the allure of lost civilizations, suggesting that Atlantis or similar fabled societies could lie beneath its waves. These tales often blend fact with fiction, tantalizing the imagination and prompting further exploration into the unknown. Among the many theories proposed, one intriguing idea is the potential for underwater gas eruptions. Scientists have suggested that methane hydrates, which are frozen natural gas located under the ocean floor, could suddenly release gas bubbles large enough to disrupt the buoyancy of ships passing over them. If such an explosion were to occur, it could indeed wreak havoc on vessels, causing them to sink rapidly. While this theory has been debated, it remains a captivating explanation for some of the unexplained events. The Bermuda Triangle continues to be a subject of study for scientists and enthusiasts alike. Researchers have sought to piece together the clues left behind by the region's history, aiming to unlock the secrets hidden within. Expeditions have utilized advanced technology, including submersibles and sonar mapping, to explore the ocean floor and improve our understanding of this most curious area. Despite these efforts, the mystery persists, leading many to ponder the conclusions we can draw from nature's unpredictability. Moreover, the Bermuda Triangle serves as a poignant reminder of humanity's relationship with the natural world. It teaches us about the balance required when interacting with such vast and powerful forces. While sailing and flying through the triangle, adventurers can revel in the beauty of the ocean, but they must also respect its unpredictability. In recent years, the stories surrounding the Bermuda Triangle have evolved. New incidents have captured attention, while others have been reassessed with greater insight. The lure of the unknown remains irresistible, as the Bermuda Triangle combines history, science, and the supernatural into a captivating narrative that continuously invites exploration. As technology advances and we gain a deeper understanding of our oceans, perhaps one day we will unlock the full truth behind this fascinating enigma. In the end, whether you view the Bermuda Triangle as a geographic mystery, a collection of coincidences, or the possible home of supernatural phenomena, its allure endures. The narrative of the Bermuda Triangle intertwines countless tales of bravery, adventure, and intrigue, highlighting humanity's perpetual quest to understand the world around us. So as you ponder the skies above and the depths below, remember that sometimes the most enticing stories are those that remain just out of reach, urging us to explore the mysteries that lie ahead. In the late 19th century, a figure emerged from the shadows of London's East End, becoming one of history's most notorious mysteries, Jack the Ripper. During the autumn of 1888, this unidentified individual engaged in a series of gruesome crimes that would leave an indelible mark on the city and spark intense fascination for generations to come. The East End of London in this era was a stark contrast of poverty and hardship, where the cobbled streets were often shrouded in mist and mystery. The area was home to many who struggled to make ends meet, leading to a vibrant yet turbulent society. It was amidst this backdrop that the Ripper chose to strike, targeting women who lived on the fringes of society, often vulnerable and in desperate circumstances. The first victim widely attributed to Jack the Ripper was Mary Ann Nichols. On the morning of August 31, 1888, her body was discovered in Bucks Row, showing signs of brutal violence. This shocking event set off a chain reaction, as the public was both horrified and captivated by the news. As the crimes continued, the killer seemed to evolve his methods, each attack becoming more savage and calculated. In the following weeks, 3 more women, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, and Catherine Eddowes, met similar fates, with their murders occurring in close proximity both in time and location. Each discovery intensified the fear within the local community and drew the attention of the police, as well as the press. The media's coverage transformed Jack the Ripper into a cultural phenomenon, as sensational headlines spread like wildfire across newspapers, outlining the grisly details of his deeds and creating a public frenzy. One remarkable aspect of the Ripper case was the way the killer managed to elude capture, despite police investigations and public outcries. The police seemed to be perpetually one step behind, leading to endless speculation about the identity of the murderer. Letters claiming to be from the Ripper, boasting about the crimes and taunting the police, added to the enigma surrounding his identity. One infamous letter, known as the Dear Boss letter, introduced the name Jack the Ripper and captivated the public's imagination. As the investigation continued, the police began to receive a barrage of tips and theories, each more outlandish than the last. From the suggestion that the killer was part of the royal family, to theories linking him to local doctors and butchers, the pool of suspects ranged from the plausible to the bizarre. This climate of suspicion created an atmosphere ripe for paranoia and fear, as people wondered who among them could be capable of such horrors. Even as the murders continued, The police were hampered by a lack of forensic science and investigative techniques that we take for granted today. The late Victorian era did not have the same level of understanding in fields like criminal psychology or forensic analysis. The murder scenes were often left contaminated, making it difficult to gather crucial evidence. This inability to apprehend the Ripper soon became a source of embarrassment for law enforcement and a source of fascination for the public. The final canonical 5 victims, Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly, remain linked to the Ripper, but as time wore on, the murder stopped. The killer seemed to vanish without a trace, sparking theories that ranged from him having died or moved away to an entire array of ideas about his identity. The unsolved case of Jack the Ripper has been the subject of countless books, films, and documentaries, influencing popular culture worldwide. The mystery surrounding the killer has sparked numerous investigations and debates about human nature, societal issues, and the darkness lurking within the human psyche. His impact on society was profound, inciting discussions about women's safety, the plight of the impoverished, and the structures of law enforcement. The story of Jack the Ripper has transcended its historical moment, becoming a lens through which we can examine issues that persist even today. In the decades following the murders, Jack the Ripper transformed into more than just a historical figure. He evolved into a symbol of fear, intrigue, and the allure of the macabre. As the years passed, individuals and organizations have continued to investigate the Ripper's identity, leading to a wide array of theories and suspects that keep the legend alive. In recent years, interest in Jack the Ripper has seen a resurgence, fueled by advances in technology and forensic science that offer new potential avenues for examining the evidence. Each discovery stirs the pot of speculation anew, as people hope that someday this lingering mystery may be put to rest. Jack the Ripper, an embodiment of terror and intrigue, has become a staple of the macabre throughout global culture. His legend serves as an enduring reminder of a dark chapter in London's history, a tale that reminds us of the shadows lurking behind even the most familiar streets. Today, the name still sends shivers down the spine, and the absence of answers continues to provoke curiosity and fascination. Each retelling of this chilling story reignites the spark of interest, a testament to its power to captivate imaginations across generations. In the lush landscapes of Costa Rica, a captivating mystery unfolds through the presence of stone spheres, often referred to as the stone spheres of Costa Rica. These perfectly round stones, some weighing several tons, are scattered throughout the country's Diquis Valley and are a striking sight against the vibrant green backdrop of the forest. Each sphere varies in diameter, with some as small as a few inches and others reaching over 6 feet. The sheer precision of their shape leaves observers in awe, igniting questions about their origin and purpose. Archaeological interest in these enigmatic spheres dates back to the early 20th century, when workers clearing the land for banana plantations first stumbled upon them. These large, spherical stones sparked the curiosity of researchers and historians alike, leading to various theories about their creation. The stones are primarily made of a type of granite called granodiorite, which suggests that ancient inhabitants of the region possessed considerable ingenuity and skill in stoneworking. Some archaeologists believe that these spheres were fashioned by the Diki culture, a group that inhabited the region around 500 to 1500 AD. However, the methods used to shape and transport these stones remain a source of speculation. It is thought that they utilized rudimentary tools made from harder materials and employed techniques that could have included the use of levers and manpower to carve and transport the massive stones across challenging terrain. The purpose of these stone spheres has been the subject of numerous theories. Some suggest that they were symbols of power and status, perhaps indicating the wealth of local leaders or serving as markers for important sites within ancient settlements. Others propose that they were used in rituals or had astronomical significance, aligned with celestial events such as solstices or equinoxes. The stark contrast between the rough surrounding landscape and the smooth, polished surfaces of the spheres evokes thoughts of a ceremonial significance, hinting at a connection to ancient beliefs and practices. Interestingly, the stones were found in various settings, some arranged in rows, others in clusters, and a few appearing solitary in the wilderness. This variance reinforces the idea that they may have held different meanings or functions depending on their location. It is possible that certain alignments or groupings served social or spiritual purposes, perhaps bringing communities together in collective activities or rituals. The stone spheres are not only a marvel to behold, but also an integral piece of Costa Rican heritage. In 2014, UNESCO recognized these ancient sculptures as a World Heritage Site, bringing increased awareness and preservation efforts. This designation acknowledges their cultural significance, and it sparks the interest of both local and international visitors eager to learn more about the remarkable history of the people who created them. Adding to the intrigue of the stone spheres is the variety of legends that surround them. Some tales suggest that they were created by extraterrestrial beings, attributing their perfect form to advanced technology. This notion, while rooted in folklore, illustrates the lasting impact that these artifacts have had on the collective imagination of the people, drawing tourists, travelers, and researchers eager to unravel their secrets. Visiting the locations where these spheres are found presents an unparalleled opportunity to connect with a pivotal chapter of ancient Costa Rican history. The peaceful surroundings serve as a reminder of the civilizations that once thrived in harmony with nature, creating exquisite artifacts that endure long after their makers have vanished. As you wander among these impressive stone creations, the air is imbued with an atmosphere of wonder. The stone spheres of Costa Rica, enticing and enigmatic, continue to inspire curiosity and fascination. Their origins may remain obscured in time, shrouded by the passage of centuries, but they stand as a testament to the creativity and craftsmanship of earlier cultures. Whether viewed as art, astronomical instruments, or ceremonial markers, these spherical stones invite all who encounter them to ponder the stories they may hold, echoing through the ages and reminding us of the rich tapestry of human history that envelops our world. The Great Pyramids of Giza stand as one of the most iconic and enduring symbols of ancient civilization. These colossal structures, built over 4,500 years ago, were constructed as monumental tombs for the pharaohs, reflecting their power and beliefs in the afterlife. However, the methods used to build them remain a captivating mystery that continues to intrigue historians, archaeologists, and engineers alike. To appreciate the marvel of the pyramids, we must first consider their scale. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, the largest of the three pyramids at Giza, originally stood at an impressive height of about 146 meters, which is nearly as tall as a 40-story building. Constructed with over 2 million blocks of stone, many weighing several tons each, the sheer volume of materials used in its construction is overwhelming. Just envisioning how such massive stones were transported, shaped, and stacked with remarkable precision sparks a sense of wonder. One popular theory suggests that the ancient Egyptians employed a system of ramps to move these heavy stones into place. Scholars have proposed various ramp designs, including straight ramps, zigzagging ramps, and circular ramps. Each of these designs would have allowed workers to transport the stones from the quarries to the construction site efficiently. As they ascended the pyramid, workers would have used ropes and wooden sleds to haul the blocks, possibly lubricating the sandy pathways with water to reduce friction. Additionally, the organization of labor during the construction of the pyramids is thought to have played a significant role in their successful completion. Contrary to the popular image of slave labor, evidence suggests that skilled workers, motivated by a blend of duty and religious devotion, participated in pyramid construction. They were likely organized into teams, each specializing in different tasks, from quarrying stones to transporting them. This collaboration would have ensured that the construction proceeded in an orderly fashion, minimizing downtime and maximizing efficiency. Furthermore, the level of precision demonstrated in the pyramids is astounding. The base of the Great Pyramid is almost perfectly level, with variations of less than an inch across its circumference. Achieving such accuracy with the tools of the time has baffled researchers. Some hypothesize that the Egyptians used simple tools, such as ropes and plumb bobs, to ensure alignment. Others suggest they may have utilized shadows or celestial bodies for navigation and measurement, hinting at an advanced understanding of astronomy. Another fascinating aspect of pyramid construction is the sourcing of materials. The limestone used for the pyramids was quarried from nearby sites, while the granite, utilized in the internal chambers, was transported from Aswan, over 800 kilometers away. How did the Egyptians manage such long-distance transportation? Some propose a network of waterways that allowed stone blocks to be floated closer to the construction site, while others believe that a combination of sledges and log rollers was used on land. The mystery amplifies when considering the timeline for constructing these immense structures. Estimates suggest that the Great Pyramid took about 20 years to complete. This means that the workforce needed to be sustained over a long period, necessitating a reliable food supply and shelter. Archaeological discoveries of workers' villages demonstrate that these laborers were well fed and cared for, which further contradicts the notion of forced labor. Moreover, the engineering feats involved in creating the internal chambers and passageways of these structures are equally awe-inspiring. The Grand Gallery, for example, is a sloped corridor that rises dramatically in height as it leads to the burial chamber. Such an architectural design not only created an impressive entrance, but also effectively handled the weight of the massive stones above. As exploration of the pyramids continues, new technologies such as infrared scanning and laser surveying are helping to unveil more secrets. These advanced techniques have revealed previously unknown voids and anomalies within the pyramids, igniting further intrigue about their construction. What purposes did these hidden spaces serve? Did they hold undiscovered treasures, or were they designed to help with structural integrity? The Great Pyramids are more than just ancient monuments. They are a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of progress. The techniques that ancient Egyptians used may never be completely uncovered, but what remains is a celebration of creativity, organization, and the unyielding spirit of a civilization that aimed to reach for the stars. Each block, each ramp, and each carefully crafted passage speaks to an extraordinary journey through time. Despite the ravages of centuries of sand, wind, and human intervention, the pyramids endure, inviting us to ponder the story of their creation and the minds behind them. In essence, the mystery surrounding the construction of the Great Pyramids embodies the exploration of our own potential and the timeless quest for knowledge. As questions continue to arise and theories evolve, these ancient wonders remain a source of fascination, encouraging us to unlock the secrets of the past, while honoring the remarkable achievement of an incredible civilization that laid the groundwork for the future. Nestled in the picturesque town of Alcácer do Sal, Portugal, are the mysterious pyramids that intrigue historians and curious visitors alike. These structures, generally overlooked by mainstream tourism, offer a fascinating glimpse into the past, raising numerous questions about their origins, builders, and purpose. Without a doubt, these pyramids are one of the most captivating enigmas in Portugal, waiting to be uncovered. The Alcácer do Sal pyramids are situated on the banks of the River Sado, an area rich in history that dates back to ancient times. The town itself is known for its medieval castle and charming narrow streets, but it is perhaps the pyramids that spark the most curiosity. These lesser-known structures stand out due to their unique design, which resembles the iconic pyramids found in Egypt, although on a smaller scale. They are built from local limestone and are characterized by their stepped form, which shows that the builders had a deep understanding of architecture and engineering. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Alcácer do Sal pyramids is their unclear origins. Some experts propose that these structures were constructed during the Roman period, while others believe they may have been built even earlier, possibly by the Phoenicians or other ancient civilizations. This ambiguity invites visitors to ponder who might have been responsible for these monumental constructions and what their intentions were. The region of Alcácer do Sal has a rich tapestry of cultures and influences over the centuries. This could mean that the pyramids were instigated by a blend of these influences, creating a unique architectural style. Imagine the bustling activity that accompanied these early civilizations, traders exchanging goods, ideas, and cultural practices. The pyramids could have been a part of a larger complex dedicated to trade, religious worship, or even as burial sites. As you reflect on the pyramids, consider also the geographical context. Alcácer do Sal is located along the Sado River, which played a significant role in the commerce and trade of ancient civilizations. The strategic positioning of the pyramids near the waterway opens up questions about whether they served a functional purpose in conjunction with maritime activities. Could they have functioned as landmarks or guides for sailors navigating the river? Or perhaps they were ceremonial sites where communities gathered to honor deities associated with the waters? Additionally, the pyramid's design prompts exploration into the techniques employed by their builders. How were these massive stones moved and assembled? The precision in the construction hints at an advanced understanding of tools and methods that were likely shared among skilled artisans of the time. Imagining this ancient craftsmanship brings to life a sense of connection with those who lived centuries ago, dedicated to their craft and the mysteries they were resolving within their own society. Furthermore, the cultural implications of these pyramids are quite profound. The very existence of such structures suggests that the builders possessed a belief system that revered the significance of monumental architecture. Throughout history, pyramids have often been associated with the afterlife, serving as tombs or memorials for powerful leaders. Could these Alcácer do Sal pyramids have been constructed in honor of important figures, or perhaps as a demonstration of power and influence? The unanswered questions contribute to the allure of the site. While many might find themselves drawn to the more famous pyramids across the globe, those willing to venture to Alcácer do Sal will uncover a hidden gem that invites exploration and speculation. The allure of the unknown lingers in the air as one stands before these structures, offering an opportunity to ponder not just their history, but also the societal priorities and beliefs that led to their creation. In modern times, the pyramids have seeded a variety of theories and ideas among scholars, archaeologists, and enthusiasts. Some postulate that these sites could reveal more about ancient trade routes or agricultural practices, while others meditate on the spiritual significance they might have held. The blending of practical and mystical dimensions in ancient societies raises compelling discussions about how people found meaning in their lives and environments. Visitors to the Alcácer do Sal pyramids often remark on the profound atmosphere that surrounds them. The rustling of the trees, the gentle lapping of the river, and the distant sounds of the town blend harmoniously, creating a serene backdrop that invites contemplation. Standing before the pyramids, one can imagine ancient rituals unfolding under a starlit sky, or gatherings of excited townsfolk sharing stories of their ancestors and the mysteries of their lives. As you ponder over the pyramids of Alcácer do Sal, consider how these enigmatic structures fit into the larger narrative of Portugal's history. They are reminders of the complexities of human civilization, the drive to create and understand, and the effort to connect with both the past and the cosmos. They encourage us to be curious, to seek knowledge, and to embrace the mystery that surrounds us. Ultimately, the story of the Alcácer do Sal pyramids is not just about the stones in the earth, but about the people who dared to dream beyond their time. In the heart of the tumultuous waters of the Atlantic, off the coast of Scotland, lies a small and rugged island known as Eilean Mor. This remote isle, part of the Flannan Isles group, holds the enigmatic story of a lighthouse that has both fascinated and perplexed many since the turn of the 20th century. The year was 1900. And the events that unfolded on that island remain one of the most intriguing mysteries in maritime history. The Eilean Mor Lighthouse was constructed in 1899, standing proudly to guide ships safely through the treacherous waters. It was manned by 3 keepers, Thomas Marshall, James Ducat, and Donald MacArthur. Each had his role in maintaining the lighthouse, ensuring that the light shone brightly in the darkness, warning passing vessels of the rocky shores nearby. The 3 men were seasoned keepers, well acquainted with the responsibilities of keeping a lighthouse operational. However, in December of 1900, something inexplicable occurred that would seal their fate in the annals of maritime lore. As the story goes, a supply ship named the Archtor was scheduled to visit Eilean Mor on December 15, 1900. When the crew of the Archtor arrived, they were puzzled to find the lighthouse silent and the keepers absent. There were no signs of distress or signals indicating trouble, yet the eerie stillness enveloped the island. Concerned, the crew attempted to communicate with the keepers, but received no response. What followed was a search that would lead to a shocking discovery. The keepers were nowhere to be found. Their personal belongings remained in the lighthouse, and the light had gone dark, plunging the island into an unsettling silence. An investigation was launched, and a thorough examination of the premises revealed several peculiar and unsettling details that added layers to the mystery. One of the first things noticed was that the clock in the lighthouse had stopped at precisely 20 minutes past 9. This odd occurrence raises questions about what happened on that fateful night. Was time itself frozen in the wake of an unimaginable event? In the kitchen, the dinner table was set, plates of food still untouched, as if the men had suddenly departed in the midst of a meal. There was also a large drop in the water supply, suggesting that the keepers had tried to make a hasty exit. But why would they leave everything behind? Theories began to swirl as investigators pondered the fate of Marshall, Ducat, and MacArthur. Some suggested a possible storm that could have swept the men away, yet the weather records showed that the seas were surprisingly calm during that time. Others theorized about a possible accident, but the men were experienced and knew the dangers that their job entailed. Furthermore, none of the surrounding ships reported any disturbances in that period. Another captivating theory delves into the realm of the supernatural. Some have speculated that the island itself may be haunted, its rugged cliffs and relentless waves keeping secrets buried beneath the surface. Tales began to circulate about strange lights seen hovering over the water, leading those who believe in supernatural phenomena to question whether something otherworldly was responsible for the keeper's disappearance. There are also accounts of mysterious sightings in the surrounding area, where sailors have reported ghostly apparitions of the lighthouse keepers, their faces etched with worry as they keep watch over the waters. These stories pique the imagination, leading to newspapers and folklore that speak of restless spirits guarding their post even in death. As the years have gone by, the mystery of Eilean Mor continues to captivate those interested in the intersection of human history and the unexplained. Theories abound, from simple miscommunication or misunderstandings to wild tales of sea monsters or strange atmospheric conditions. Some modern explorers have even ventured to the island, hoping to catch a glimpse of the lighthouse and perhaps, just perhaps, unravel the secret of the keepers. In literature and film, the story of the Eilean Mor Lighthouse has inspired various retellings and adaptations, each adding new dimensions to the mystery. From chilling horror stories to scholarly assessments of the incident, the lighthouse remains an enduring symbol of the unknown. It reminds us of the fragile relationship between humanity and the sea, as well as the depths of mystery that exist in our world. The legacy of the missing lighthouse keepers has evolved into more than just an unsolved mystery. It has transformed into a cultural myth that resonates with the human experience. The haunting nature of their disappearance has made the story a poignant reflection on isolation, duty, and the powerful forces of nature. The island of Eilean Mor, with its unforgiving cliffs and relentless waves, stands as a reminder of both the beauty and peril that exist in the world. In exploring the Eilean Mor Lighthouse mystery, we are drawn into a narrative that provokes curiosity and wonder. What really happened on that fateful night in December 1900? What secrets lie beneath the waves that crash against the rocks? Though we may never know the truth behind the disappearance of those three keepers, the tale continues to inspire and intrigue, keeping the flames of curiosity alive long after the light has gone out. In the dense and mysterious expanse of the Amazon rainforest lies a tale that has intrigued adventurers and historians alike, the legend of the lost city of Z. This supposed ancient city, often described as a civilization that thrived with extraordinary sophistication, represents the ultimate quest for treasure, knowledge, and discovery that beckons explorers into the heart of one of the most formidable terrains on Earth. The story begins in the early 20th century, when British explorer Percy Fawcett set out on a journey that would etch his name into the annals of exploration folklore. Fawcett, a seasoned surveyor, was captivated by tales of a lost civilization filled with vast riches and advanced knowledge. He believed that the lost city of Z existed somewhere in the uncharted territories of Brazil, hidden beneath layers of vegetation and myth. Fawcett's obsession with the lost city began in 1920 when he first presented his theories to the Royal Geographical Society. He claimed that remnants of a great civilization lived in the Amazon, challenging the then prevalent view that the rainforest was inhospitable to complex societies. According to Fawcett, evidence of advanced architecture and urban planning awaited those brave enough to seek it out. He described a city built from stones larger than any known to exist in that part of the world, adorned with sculptures and intricate designs. This vision of the lost city inspired a mix of excitement and skepticism among his contemporaries. In 1925, equipped with maps, survival gear, and an unwavering determination, Percy Fawcett embarked on his final expedition into the Brazilian wilderness. He was accompanied by his son Jack and a close family friend, Raleigh Ramel. As they trekked deeper into the jungle, they faced grueling physical challenges and the unpredictable nature of the environment. The Amazon was not just a backdrop. It was alive, a vibrant ecosystem filled with both wondrous and dangerous creatures. However, their enthusiasm pushed them to continue, motivated by the promise of discovery. As days turned into weeks, Fawcett's party encountered hardships, harsh weather, thick undergrowth, and encounters with wildlife, yet the allure of the lost city kept them going. Fawcett meticulously documented their findings, noting the flora and fauna, the land's topography, and various signs of former habitation that suggested that his theory had merit. The explorer believed he was close, convinced that Z was within reach. Yet, despite all his confidence and preparation, Fawcett and his team vanished without a trace in May of 1925, becoming one of the hundreds of stories of exploration that ended in mystery within the Amazon. The disappearance sparked a frenzy of interest. Many joined the hunt for the lost city, inspired by Fawcett's vision and the idea that ancient civilizations flourished where now only jungles stood. Over the decades, countless adventurers have searched for Z, each with their own idea of what the city might have looked like. Some suggest it was a thriving metropolis, teeming with people, while others envision it as a sacred site, home to wise leaders and incredible artisans. Archaeological studies have since revealed ruins in the Amazon that challenge earlier notions of its capabilities to support large populations. Evidence of intricate road systems, monumental structures made of earth and stone, and sophisticated agricultural methods have emerged, suggesting that the Amazon was not just a wild paradise but home to complex societies long before European contact. Fawcett's legacy has become intertwined with these discoveries, as modern-day explorers continue to search for answers to his tantalizing claims. Documentaries, books, and even films depict Fawcett's journey, capturing the imagination of new generations who dream of uncovering the hidden histories of the rainforest. There lies a unique magic in exploration, an unquenchable thirst for the unknown that propels individuals to take risks in pursuit of adventure. Even as technology has evolved, allowing for aerial surveys and advanced mapping techniques, the quest for the lost city of Z remains not just about finding a physical location, but uncovering the rich tapestry of human history interwoven in the incredible biodiversity of the jungle. Each expedition, whether it leads to stunning discoveries or unanswered questions, adds another chapter to both the history of the Amazon and the saga of human exploration. The legend of the Lost City continues to inspire, reminding us that there are still mysteries to solve, challenges to face, and stories waiting to be told. Fawcett's journey sparked a flame that has kindled the curiosity of explorers across the world, illustrating that the adventure of discovery, filled with courage and uncertainty, is timeless. As the sun sets over the sprawling green canopy of the Amazon, one can't help but ponder what other secrets are whispered among its leaves, waiting for the next intrepid adventurer to listen, explore, and embrace the unknown. In the annals of American history, few moments are as enduringly debated and scrutinized as the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. That fateful day on November 22, 1963, in Dallas, Texas, was not only marked by the tragic loss of a leader, but also by the emergence of numerous witnesses, each with their own story to tell. Among them is a figure known as the Babushka Lady, a woman who has intrigued researchers, historians, and conspiracy theorists alike since that day. On that crisp Texas afternoon, the streets of Dealey Plaza were bustling with excitement as crowds gathered to witness the presidential motorcade. Among them was the Babushka Lady, so named for the scarf she wore tied around her head, reminiscent of the traditional headwear often seen on Eastern European women. She stood there, camera in hand, capturing the moment that would soon become one of the most notorious in modern history. The Babushka Lady is not just any witness. Her presence is crucial because she may have recorded events that unfolded in the immediate aftermath of the gunshots that rang through Dealey Plaza. In fact, numerous photographs and film footage from that day highlight her significant position within the crowd, standing somewhat apart, with her camera raised high. Yet, despite her apparent involvement, her identity has remained a mystery for decades. As the motorcade passed and the shots were fired, chaos erupted. People screamed, ducked for cover, and scrambled to understand what had just occurred. In the midst of this confusion, the Babushka Lady continued to document the scene, her camera turning toward the unfolding tragedy. However, what she captured has never been fully revealed, as the film she potentially took has never been found, leading many to ponder what secrets her camera might hold. Theories regarding her identity and what she might know have proliferated over the years. Some believe she was a critical witness, perhaps possessing evidence that could shed light on the myriad questions surrounding the assassination. Others speculate that she may be one of the many individuals unknowingly caught in the spectacle of history, her story overshadowed by those of more prominent figures. The intrigue doesn't stop at her anonymity. The Babushka Lady became a part of the conspiracy theories that exploded around the assassination. Was she merely an innocent bystander, or did she play a more significant role as a witness to a dark event? Some suggest that she might have been connected to intelligence agencies, or even had ties to various factions involved in the complex political landscape of the early 1960s. The absence of concrete evidence only fuels speculation, with each angle becoming more elaborately woven into the fabric of the JFK assassination narrative. In the years that followed, attempts were made to uncover her identity. Various media outlets and individuals, including amateur sleuths, have tried to put names to the face of the Babushka Lady, but none have succeeded. Some feel sympathy for her. After all, she was present during one of the most traumatic events in American history, yet she remains a ghost in the crowd of a pivotal moment. Over time, the Babushka Lady has transformed into a symbol of the lingering mysteries that surround the Kennedy assassination. As people review the photogenic evidence from that day, her figure continues to stand out, shrouded in a veil of uncertainty. The focus on her inconspicuous role raises significant questions. What does it mean when a witness remains unidentified in such a prominent historical event? What stories exist in the shadows of history that we may never uncover? In recent years, modern technology has brought new hope to those wanting to identify the Babushka Lady. Digital enhancements of images have allowed researchers to analyze the footage of Dealey Plaza more closely, sifting through details that may have been previously overlooked. As the world progresses, so too does our ability to archive and investigate the past, leading to renewed interest in her story. In conclusion, the Babushka Lady stands as a compelling figure in an ongoing narrative filled with conjecture and intrigue. Her identity may remain a mystery, but her presence serves as a reminder of the complexities surrounding the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Each question about her role, each theory about her potential connection to the events of that day, adds depth to the historical discourse. As we continue to explore and discuss this tragic chapter in American history, the Babushka Lady is a poignant illustration of how one individual's experience can be intertwined with broader societal shifts and monumental moments. With each passing year, her story invites new generations to reflect on the intersection of history, identity, and the unseen narratives that endure, even when the individuals themselves become elusive. In the digital realm, where mysteries often blend with the mundane, there exists a phenomenon that has fascinated thousands, the Crypt of Cicada 3301. It is not merely a series of puzzles. It is a compelling enigma that has captured the attention of cryptographers, conspiracy theorists, and seekers of knowledge since its emergence in 2012. The story unfolds on an ordinary winter day when an anonymous group, later known as Cicada 3301, posted an unusual message on an internet forum. This message contained the promise of a challenge, designed to identify and recruit highly intelligent individuals. It was the beginning of a riddling journey that would take many people deep into the realms of cryptography, mathematics, and the digital landscape. The puzzles varied in complexity and type, involving everything from classical cryptography to contemporary ciphers, and even clues hidden in works of art and literature. Participants found themselves poring over the intricacies of ancient codes, such as the Fibonacci sequence and the Enigma machine. Each layer of the puzzles invited deeper exploration. For instance, clues pointed to resources like the works of Jorge Luis Borges, and references to literary and philosophical ideas that added an intellectual dimension to the challenge. One riddle required decoding a series of text and images, overlaying a symbolic representation, while another involved solving a series of numerical and linguistic puzzles that seemed to weave together history and modern technology. The intrigue surrounding Cicada 3301 did not merely stem from the challenge itself, but also from the questions it provoked. Who was behind this organization? What was their ultimate goal? Was it just an intellectual game, or was there something more significant at stake? The structure of the puzzle suggested a group that understood not only cryptography but also the nuances of internet subcultures, inviting numerous theories about their identity and purpose. Some suggested that Cicada 3301 was a recruitment tool for intelligence agencies, looking for the best and brightest in the realm of cryptography. Others speculated that it was a group of hackers or activists with a hidden agenda. The clues often alluded to themes of privacy, secrecy, and knowledge, feeding into the broader discussions about the nature of freedom and surveillance in the digital age. As participants dived deeper, they uncovered layers of meaning interwoven within seemingly unrelated clues. They closely studied the number sequences, which all carried a significance pointing to historical events and milestones in cryptography. The complexity was both a puzzle and a testament to the depth of knowledge required to decode them. Online forums buzzed with discussions, theories, and collaborative efforts, as solvers came together to share findings and insights. It was a digital treasure hunt that brought together individuals from various backgrounds and expertise. The name itself, Cicada 3301, carries a peculiar charm. The cicada, a creature known for its long life cycle and periodic emergence, symbolizes patience and endurance. The numbers 3301 could refer to a vast array of concepts, like a particular date, a signal, or even an encoded message deciphering the identity and mission of this group. Such layers of interpretation invited a way for people to consider not just the puzzles but the fabric of society and the nature of knowledge itself. However, despite the fervor and the multitude of theories, Cicada 3301 increasingly faded into legend. The challenges ceased after the initial rounds, leaving behind an air of mystery. Only a few individuals reportedly managed to find success in solving the full set of puzzles and receiving direct communication from the organization. Still, the allure of this digital quest remains alive in the hearts of many, making it a subject of podcasts, documentaries, and countless articles exploring the intersection of technology, human curiosity, and the unknown. The digital age is filled with countless mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and Cicada 3301 stands out as a beacon, representing the beauty of intelligence, collaboration, and the pursuit of understanding. It invites people to wonder about the depths of knowledge that remain untouched, and the challenges that stimulate the mind and ignite passions for discovery. Those who encountered the Cicada 3301 puzzles found themselves not only consumers of knowledge, but also active participants in a larger narrative that is as captivating and multifaceted as the universe itself. The lessons learned from this grand puzzle extend far beyond the realm of cryptography, touching on the philosophical questions of identity, community, and the collective journey toward knowledge. In a world where information is often readily available yet fleeting, Cicada 3301 serves as a reminder that the pursuit of a greater understanding, a thirst for the enigmatic, can provoke dialogue, innovation, and a sense of shared adventure. The mystery may not have been fully unraveled, but it certainly sparked curiosity, and in that curiosity lies an incredible journey toward exploration and learning that will continue to inspire future generations. What remains is a nagging thought. Perhaps the ultimate puzzle is the journey itself, a never-ending quest for knowledge and meaning in an increasingly complex digital landscape. In the year 1828, a young man appeared in the streets of Nuremberg, Germany, sparking intrigue and a flurry of speculation. Known later as Caspar Hauser, this enigmatic figure claimed to have emerged from an isolated existence, presenting a story both bizarre and tragic. What unfolded was a tale that combined mystery, identity, and the profound search for truth. Caspar was discovered on May 26, 1828, when he stumbled into Nuremberg, appearing bewildered and confused, unable to speak anything but a few unintelligible words. His clothes were tattered, and he carried a note that claimed that he had been kept in a dark prison since birth. This note suggested that he was the son of a noble family, and his statement introduced a puzzle that fascinated both the public and scholars alike. As the story unfolds, we learn that Caspar claimed he had lived in a small, dark cell with little interaction with the outside world, aside from the occasional glimpse of another person. He depicted a life filled with shadows, devoid of the bustling experiences that most take for granted. With startling naivete, he marveled at the world around him, describing how he was overwhelmed by simple encounters, like the brightness of the sun or the sounds of birds. Each observation by Caspar was a reminder of how rich and textured life can be, especially when it has been hidden for so long. The intrigue around Caspar grew, as local citizens became captivated by his story. People flocked to catch a glimpse of him, often hearing him speak of his strange origins. He claimed he was brought to Nuremberg to be released from a life of captivity, but had no memories before his arrival. Theories abounded about his identity. Some believed he was the rightful heir to a noble family, while others thought he might be a clever fraud. The gap between the truth and speculation was a chasm that swallowed many attempts to understand him. As he began to learn language and engage in social activities, Caspar's life took on new dimensions, yet it was also fraught with challenges. He was subjected to scrutiny, and people often questioned the veracity of his story. How could someone exist in such isolation? What had truly happened to him? The fascination and skepticism around his identity were so profound that even the authorities became involved, trying to uncover the reality of his past. Over time, efforts were made to educate Caspar. He learned to read and write, and he began to form connections with those around him. His interactions reflected a deeper hunger for understanding the world and his place within it. Despite his traumatic beginnings, he exhibited remarkable resilience, demonstrating adaptability that many envied. His experiences provided insights into the complexities of human development, reminding us of the essential need for communication, connection, and community. However, Caspar's story did not have a happy conclusion. In 1833, after several years of living in Nuremberg, he was tragically stabbed in what appeared to be a mysterious attack. His death raised even more questions about his life and identity, leading to conspiracy theories surrounding who might have wished him harm. Were there still secrets about his origins that had yet to be revealed? The ambiguity surrounding his life only deepened, leaving many fascinated by both the man and the mysteries that encircled him. Caspar Hauser's existence continues to resonate through history, embodying the struggle between identity and understanding. He stands as a poignant example of how the human spirit can transcend even the most harrowing circumstances, yet reminds us of the impact of isolation and the longing for belonging. His story invites us to reflect on the importance of community and the intricate layers of identity that define us. In literature and art, Caspar Hauser has inspired a multitude of works over the decades. Authors, painters, and filmmakers have sought to capture his essence, each interpreting his story in complex and varied ways. He remains a symbol of the enigmatic qualities of identity, the questions surrounding our origins, and the everlasting search for truth in a world so often shrouded in mystery. The tale of Caspar Hauser compels us to explore themes of nature versus nurture, identity formation, and the profound effects of loneliness. It urges us to consider how one's environment shapes who they are and the vital role that connection plays in the human experience. In many ways, Caspar's life serves as a mirror reflecting our own journeys of discovery, inviting us to ponder the multifaceted nature of existence. More than 2 centuries later, the legend of Caspar Hauser endures, reminding us that the quest for identity remains a relevant and deeply personal journey for all. His story continues to provoke thought and inquiry, illustrating the timeless themes of solitude, community, and the search for self amidst the complexities of life. Each layer of his narrative beckons us to question our understanding of identity, pushing us to explore the beautiful enigma that resides within us all. In the summer of 1518, a peculiar event unfolded in the city of Strasbourg, which was then part of the Holy Roman Empire. It was not an ordinary festival or celebration, but rather a baffling occurrence that would later be known as the Dancing Plague. It began with a woman named Frau Trophea, who, seemingly out of nowhere, started to dance fervently in the streets. This was no mere jig or waltz. She danced with an intensity and fervor that caught the attention of onlookers. Even more astonishing, she continued to dance for days, without resting, eating, or drinking. As news spread throughout the city, more people felt compelled to join her in this unexplainable frenzy. Within a week, estimates suggest that over 30 people had joined in the twisting, turning spectacle that had captivated the town. The crowd grew larger, swelling to over 100 dancers, all moving as if driven by an uncontrollable force, lost in the rhythm of a music only they could hear. Times were tough in 16th century Strasbourg. The region was recovering from years of famine, disease, and hardships brought about by war. Many theorized that the cause of this strange epidemic was a response to the stress and pressure of life during this turbulent period. Historians and medical experts have pondered whether the dancing was a manifestation of mass hysteria, a reaction to societal hardships, or an outbreak of a psychological phenomenon that affected the population. As the days turned into weeks, the authorities became increasingly alarmed. Local leaders believed perhaps that the dancers would benefit from more dancing, proposing the construction of a stage and hiring musicians to encourage the dancers. They thought that playing lively music might help exorcise out the madness from the afflicted. However, rather than dispelling the delirium, the musical entertainment only seemed to fuel the frenzy further. Dancers twirled and spun the night away, while the town watched in a mix of horror and fascination. The situation escalated rapidly. Reports tell of dancers collapsing from sheer exhaustion, some suffering physical ailments while others were driven to delirium. While some let the rhythm carry them away with joy and abandon, others were completely overwhelmed. Indeed, health deteriorated quickly for some, leading to a bizarre paradox. While they danced together, the community seemed fragmented, as these individuals were pulled into their own personal struggle against urges and energy they could not contain. The phenomenon continued for several weeks, with the number of participants sometimes exceeding 400 at its peak. As time passed, the event drew the attention of not only townsfolk, but also scholars and church leaders who sought to understand this anomaly. Some offered religious explanations, framing the dancers' behavior as a punishment from God for their sins. Others viewed it as witchcraft or as a supernatural occurrence, further fueling the myths and legends that would circle the event for centuries to come. Finally, as mysteriously as it had begun, the dancing outbreak started to wane. By the end of September 1518, most of the dancers returned to their normal lives, leaving behind a city both bewildered and relieved. The aftermath left the citizens of Strasbourg in a state of confusion and wonder. What could cause such an unusual phenomenon? How could so many people dance uncontrollably for so long? The answers remained elusive. Researchers and historians have since explored numerous theories to explain the dubious dance. Some suggest it might have been a product of ergotism, a disease caused by consuming bread made from rye contaminated with a fungus called ergot, which can induce hallucinations and convulsions. Others have put forth the idea of mass psychogenic illness, where the psychological stress of the times manifested in shared behavior among groups of people. Despite the theories and explanations offered in the years that followed, the dancing plague remains an enduring enigma in the annals of history. It stands as a testament to the complexity of human behavior, the influence of societal pressures, and perhaps the mysteries of the mind itself. A century later, humans have not outgrown the capacity for collective behavior, whether it be through joyous celebrations or peculiar acts. Instances of dance, both recreational and ritualistic, continue to form bonds among individuals, even as the modern world becomes more connected yet isolated in many ways. While the specific circumstances around the dancing plague of 1518 may have faded into the remote pages of history, the fascination with its story lives on, reminding us of the strange and unpredictable nature of human experience. What mysteries lie in wait around the next corner? History is often full of intrigue, and the tales of humanity's strange episodes offer a glimpse into the depths of our hearts and minds, revealing the threads that weave us together even amid chaos. The story of the Somerton Man is one filled with mystery, intrigue, and unanswered questions. Imagine a warm December evening in 1948 on the beautiful Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. People are enjoying the sun, and the gentle waves are lapping at the shore. Among this idyllic scene, a body is discovered, lying on the sand. This was no ordinary death. It marked the beginning of one of Australia's most enduring mysteries. The man, later known as the Somerton Man, was found sprawled on the beach in a relaxed position, as if he had simply lain down to take a rest. However, there was something peculiar about him. He appeared to be in excellent health, yet no one knew who he was. His jeans and shirt were neatly pressed, which suggested that he had not been on the beach for long. A small piece of cloth was found in his pocket, labeled Tamam Shud, which translates to ended in Persian. This little piece of fabric would lead investigators on a wild chase for answers. It was the contents of his pockets that added to the enigma. The Somerton Man had no identification, no wallets or papers, making it impossible to establish his identity. Authorities discovered a gold ring, a pack of cigarettes, and a scrap of paper with the mysterious phrase Tamam Shud. This cryptic message became a focal point for theorists and investigators alike. One theory proposed that it was a hint to a greater mystery, while others believed it could indicate a connection to a more profound philosophical or poetic message. Investigators soon found the book from which the scrap was torn, a copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, a classic collection of Persian poetry. Inside this book were scrawled some unusual codes. Cryptographers would later attempt to decode these messages, but most efforts ended in vain, enhancing the aura of mystery surrounding the Somerton Man. As the investigation unfolded, forensic experts attempted to determine the cause of death. Unusual traces of poison were discovered in his system, but no definitive cause was established. Was he a victim of foul play, or did he take his own life? The ambiguity only deepened the enigma. Over the years, various theories emerged, ranging from espionage to connections with secret societies. Some even suggested he could be a spy, given the post-war context, as the world was still recovering from the tumult of World War II. An intriguing aspect of the case is how it transcended Australia. People around the globe were captivated by the idea of an unidentified man, a potential spy, or a poet lost in time. Speculators even drew connections to famous missing persons in mystery novels. Every lead seemed to open up more questions than answers. Another angle that added to the intrigue was the involvement of the local media, capturing the imagination of everyday people. Newspapers published articles featuring images of the Somerton Man, and his likeness became widely known. But even with extensive coverage, no one came forward to claim him. Family and friends remained absent, amplifying the sense of loss and unanswered questions surrounding his fate. The investigation took peculiar turns as authorities sought out clues in the local community. Police even interviewed people who were known to frequent Somerton Beach, putting together a list of identities and backgrounds. Despite their best efforts, no conclusive evidence emerged for years. The mystery only deepened over time, baffling detectives and the public alike. Some amateur sleuths took it upon themselves to solve the case, leading to a plethora of theories. Many proposed that the man was part of a larger conspiracy, perhaps linked to international tensions or secretive organizations operating in the shadows. These theories found fertile ground in novels and films portraying similar themes of intrigue and suspense. As the decades passed, the Somerton Man became something of a folklore figure, inspiring countless stories and theories. Each retelling added layers of complexity to his character, with numerous narrative spins exploring themes of identity, loss, and the human condition. Recently, advancements in forensic science, particularly in DNA analysis, have reinvigorated interest in cracking this cold case. Researchers and genealogists have attempted to use modern technology to uncover the man's lineage. In a world where boundaries are being blurred by connectivity and information, the hope is that new techniques will provide fresh insights into his life and death. The tale of the Somerton Man continues to resonate. It stands as a testament to the human desire for connection and understanding. Perhaps the allure of the unknown speaks to our innate curiosity, making us yearn for answers to questions that might never fully reveal themselves. In the lore of the Somerton Man, with every whisper of the waves against the shore, there lingers an echo of a story that remains incomplete. To this day, he remains a symbol of our continuous quest to unravel the mysteries of our existence, a silent figure whose secrets lie shrouded in time. The Lady Be Good was an iconic B-24 Liberator bomber that served in World War II. Built in 1944, she carried her crew on numerous missions over North Africa, contributing to the Allied forces' efforts during the war. However, her fate took a dramatic turn during a mission on April 4, 1943. On that fateful day, the aircraft and her crew embarked on a bombing raid over Naples, Italy. It was meant to be a routine mission, but things did not go as planned. After completing the bombing run, Lady Be Good encountered difficulties on her return to base in Libya. Due to navigational errors and the harsh conditions of the desert, the crew was unable to locate their intended route home. Despite their best efforts and skills, they found themselves lost over the vast, unyielding Sahara Desert, an environment both beautiful and unforgiving. Faced with dwindling fuel supplies and an unforgiving landscape, the crew made a difficult decision. They chose to bail out of the aircraft. Most of the crew successfully parachuted to the ground, landing in the desolate wilderness of the Libyan desert. However, the aircraft continued its descent without its crew, ultimately crashing into the unforgiving sands. The initial aftermath of the incident was a complete mystery. While search teams scoured the area, there was no sign of the Lady Be Good or her crew. For years, the lost bomber and his brave airmen were forgotten by history. Meanwhile, the harsh desert held onto its secrets, concealing the fate of the crew. It wasn't until 1958 that the story of Lady Be Good would begin to unravel. A group of explorers would stumble upon the wreckage of the aircraft, hidden by the sands for over a decade. The discovery sent shockwaves through the aviation community, reigniting interest in the bomber and its crew's story. As archaeologists and historians began to investigate the site, they uncovered much more than just the remains of an aircraft. They uncovered a complex tale of survival, determination, and tragedy. Among the findings was the chilling evidence of the crew's struggle to survive in the harsh desert environment. As it turned out, the airmen had landed far from any hope of immediate rescue. Scattered across the desert, they tried to find their way back to civilization. They walked for days, facing scorching heat during the day and frigid temperatures at night. Their journey was fraught with challenges, from dehydration to the threat of wildlife. Ultimately, of the crew of 9, only one would survive to share his story. That survivor, Lieutenant John D. McGovern, later recounted the harrowing details of his experience. He described how he and some of his fellow crew members banded together, determined to find their way back to safety. They searched for water and food, relying on their training and each other for support, Unfortunately, as days turned into weeks, the harsh reality of their situation set in. The vastness of the desert proved relentless. The crew's few supplies dwindled, and the stark landscape offered little hope. The challenges they faced were extreme, with blinding sun by day and frigid cold at night. Despite the bonds they formed during this crisis, some lost hope and succumbed to the elements. The tragedy unfolded quietly amid the endless sand dunes, a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made during the war. In the years following the discovery of the wreck, numerous expeditions would return to the site. They uncovered additional artifacts that painted a clearer picture of those harrowing days spent in the desert. Letters, personal belongings, and the remnants of survival attempts shared the narrative of courage in the face of overwhelming odds. The remains of Lady Be Good lay there, frozen in time, a somber testament to bravery and tenacity. As time has passed, the Lady Be Good has become more than just a military aircraft. She serves as a historical vessel, carrying the memories of those young men who flew her. Their tales of bravery, resilience, and struggles against the elements continue to resonate with aviation enthusiasts and historians alike. The story of Lady Be Good and her crew is one of intrigue, filled with the echoes of history. It reminds us of the sacrifices made in the name of freedom and duty. The discovery of the wreck has allowed for an exploration of not only the technology of the time, but of the human spirit under duress. It serves as a reminder that even in the darkest of circumstances, hope can persevere, stories can be unearthed, and memories can be honored. To this day, the site of Lady Be Good continues to draw interest, a pilgrimage for those who wish to pay their respects to the brave airmen who became pioneers of survival in the inhospitable terrain of the Sahara. It stands as a historical marker, a chapter in the complex narrative of World War II, and a tribute to the enduring human spirit that thrives in the face of adversity. Each year, stories emerge, shedding more light on the bravery displayed while navigating through one of the most challenging environments imaginable. The echoes of their tales continue to inspire, reminding us of the resilience that exists even when confronted with insurmountable odds. Deep within the sun-kissed landscapes of ancient Greece, the name Dionysos evokes images of revelry, lush vineyards, and an abundance of wine. Yet, beyond the joy and celebration associated with this ancient deity lies a more enigmatic aspect of his domain, the Crypts of Dionysos. These ancient burial sites are shrouded in mystery and have long been whispered about in tales of the occult and the arcane. The Crypts of Dionysos are scattered across various locations in Greece, particularly in regions where the worship of the god flourished, such as the areas around Thebes and Delphi. These sites are often linked to ancient rituals and ceremonies that celebrated not just the beauty of life, but also its inevitable end. Dionysos, as the god of the grape harvest, winemaking, and the arts, was also regarded as a symbol of the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, a theme prevalent in many of the legends surrounding these crypts. One of the most intriguing aspects of these crypts is the architecture and the artistry that has been preserved throughout the centuries. The tombs are often carved directly into stone, creating a hauntingly beautiful environment that seems to echo the whispers of time. Intricate frescoes and mosaics that adorn the walls depict scenes of revelry, the grape harvest, and mystical symbols associated with the mysteries of Dionysos. Visitors to these crypts can't help but imagine the vibrant celebrations that once took place in honor of the god, filled with music, dance, and the intoxicating aroma of grapes. Yet, while the artistic beauty of the crypts captures attention, it is the stories of arcane secrets that truly set them apart. Many believe that these crypts serve as gateways to hidden knowledge, a connection between the earthly realm and the divine. The initiation rites of the Bacchae, the followers of Dionysos, often took place in these very locations, where they sought to commune with the divine and gain access to hidden truths. The mixture of esoteric rituals and the lore surrounding the crypts have sparked countless theories about the mystical properties they may house. For instance, one enduring legend speaks of a hidden chamber within the crypts that contains the secrets to immortality. Though these stories are often regarded as myth, they highlight the allure of the unknown that the crypts represent. Many who have ventured near these ancient sites report feelings of a profound spiritual presence, as if the air is charged with the energy of those who once worshipped here. This feeling of transcendence is often difficult to describe, but is a testament to the lasting impact of history and the human desire to connect with forces beyond the tangible world. In some instances, the crypts have served as more than just burial sites. There were also places where healing rituals took place, based on the belief that the spirits of the deceased could offer guidance and protection to the living. Herbal remedies, often linked to the rituals of Dionysos, were said to be amplified by the energies present within these sacred places. Thus, the crypts became not only a resting place for the dead, but also a sanctuary for the living seeking enlightenment and healing. The mystery of the crypts has also attracted the attention of modern archaeologists and historians. Excavations often reveal items such as pottery, offerings, and even relics of the rituals performed in honor of Dionysos. Each find adds a new layer of understanding to the significance of these sites, while the stories passed down through generations create a rich tapestry of myth and legend. Scholars diligently piece together the puzzle of these ancient worship practices, attempting to comprehend the depth of devotion exhibited by those who revered the god. As people continue to visit these crypts, they are often drawn not only by the historical allure, but also by a desire to experience the powerful ambiance that resonates within the stone walls. The heavy silence, broken only by the soft echoes of footsteps, evokes a sense of reverence and contemplation. Visitors find themselves pondering the mysteries of existence, life, and the choices made in the pursuit of pleasure and knowledge. It is this intersection of the divine and the human experience that makes the crypts of Dionysos a captivating subject of exploration. In the modern world, the teachings and mysteries associated with Dionysos continue to inspire artists, writers, and thinkers. The themes of transformation, ecstasy, and the cyclical nature of life resonate deeply with people seeking meaning in their own experiences. The crypts stand as a potent reminder of the everlasting connection between the past and present, inviting all to explore the depths of human creativity and spirituality. Those who journey to the crypts of Dionysos find themselves enchanted by the delicate balance between light and shadow, celebration and solemnity. The tales that swirl around these ancient sites provoke curiosity and wonder, calling forth the human spirit's eternal quest for understanding and connection. As we reflect on these monumental structures, we are reminded that history is not merely a collection of dates and events, but a living tapestry woven from the thoughts, dreams, and aspirations of those who came before us. As night falls, the serene ambiance of the crypts takes on a different character, cloaked in the soft embrace of darkness. The stones, which have heard the laughter of the merry and the whispers of the wise, seem to hold the stories within them, inviting the brave-hearted to explore their depths. With each visit, the mysteries deepen, ensuring that the crypts of Dionysos remain a vital part of our shared heritage, echoing the profound truths of existence and the divine dance of life that forever enchants the human soul. In the world of material science, few stories capture the imagination quite like that of starlight, a mysterious substance that emerged in the late 1970s. This extraordinary material, allegedly developed by an English hairdresser named Maurice Ward, claimed to possess incredible heat-resistant properties. Ward's invention was said to be capable of withstanding temperatures that would melt or incinerate almost anything else, including the intense heat generated by nuclear explosions. The tale of starlight is as captivating as it is perplexing, filled with elements of intrigue, speculation, and the elusive pursuit of scientific discovery. Maurice Ward first unveiled his creation in 1978 during a demonstration on British television. The world watched in disbelief as he subjected various substances to extreme heat with remarkable results. Ward used a simple candle flame to showcase the material's resilience, placing it in front of a blowtorch without any noticeable damage. His charismatic personality and the bold claims about starlight drew the attention of scientists, entrepreneurs, and government officials alike. What made starlight truly remarkable was not just its ability to withstand high temperatures, but its potential applications. Imagine a material that could protect spacecraft from the searing heat of re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere, or one that could serve as a heat shield for engines and even military vehicles exposed to explosive environments. The possibilities seemed endless. The material was reputedly lightweight, flexible, and easy to work with, making it an attractive candidate for a range of industries. However, the story of starlight does not come without its twists and turns. Despite the initial excitement surrounding Ward's invention, he kept the exact formula a closely guarded secret. This veil of mystery only heightened interest and speculation. Researchers across various fields attempted to decode the material's properties and formulation, but they encountered numerous challenges. The most confounding aspect was that Ward, a self-taught inventor with no formal scientific training, was reluctant to share his knowledge. Over the years, numerous attempts were made to recreate or analyze starlight, but most scientists reported mixed results. Some experiments successfully produced materials with similar heat-resistant properties, yet none could precisely replicate Ward's original formula. Ward himself made several attempts to patent starlight, but despite his talent and innovation, he never secured the rights to his invention fully. The pressure of the scientific community and the potential commercial interest from aerospace and defense industries swirled around him, complicating the narrative and leading to speculation about the fate of starlight. In 1995, Maurice Ward passed away, taking with him the knowledge of his creation. His death marked a significant loss in the world of material science, closing the chapter on the mystery of starlight. To this day, enthusiasts and researchers continue to ponder what could have been had Ward been able to fully share his insights. Some believe that his invention represented a breakthrough in material science, capable of transforming industries, while others think it may have simply been a fascinating demonstration of creative ingenuity. Many have tried to unlock the secrets of starlight, yet its elusive nature has turned it into a subject of fascination, rather than a practical application. Some skeptics argue that the material was overhyped, while others maintain that it was a genuine breakthrough whose complexities were beyond the understanding of contemporary science at the time. The ongoing search to rediscover or recreate starlight keeps the imagination alive, weaving a narrative that straddles the line between reality and myth. The fascination with starlight has persisted for decades, leading to discussions about what made it so unique and the implications of such a material. Was it a combination of common elements in an extraordinary configuration? Could the mystery behind starlight inspire future innovations in heat-resistant technology? These questions keep the spirit of inquiry vibrant, hinting at the unexplored frontiers of materials science. In recent years, advances in nanotechnology and materials engineering have opened up new avenues for research, sparking renewed interest in the potential for creating heat-resistant materials. Scientists are constantly exploring the possibilities of new compounds and composites that might rival or surpass the legendary qualities of starlight. While the original formula may be lost, the legacy of Maurice Ward's invention lays a foundation for curiosity and exploration in material sciences. The story of starlight is a reminder of the unpredictable nature of innovation. It challenges us to question what we know and inspires us to look beyond the surface in our quest for knowledge. As we advance into a future filled with technological possibilities, the myth of starlight remains a beacon of inspiration, urging scientists and dreamers alike to pursue the unknown. Perhaps someday, the true nature of starlight will be unveiled, securing its rightful place in the annals of scientific achievement. Until then, the mystery of this incredible material continues to spark conversation, ignite curiosity, and drive the pursuit of excellence in material science.